What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Welcome back to Match View Live. And live we are indeed for AC Milan versus Manchester United. It is the final pre-season friendly for Michael Carrick's Manchester United. And it's not just any pre-season fixture. It's not a friendly. Oh, no. It is Michael Carrick's Manchester United going up against Ruben Amorim's AC Milan. Yes, I will say that again. Ruben Amorim's AC Milan. Remember him? Yes, this one just got a little bit more tinge to it. The starting 11s are out already. You can see them on the screen right there. That is the Manchester United starting 11 that is going to be facing AC Milan today. You've got number 1, Senna Lomans in goal. I can just see Thomas Kuszczak on my screen right there, former Manchester United goalkeeper. We've got Mazraoui at right back. There's actually 6 changes by Michael Carrick, it must be said today. Mazraoui at right back. We've got Harry Maguire and Aidan Heaven in the centre of defence. Interesting, because I thought it was going to be Maguire and Leacher. Really thought it was going to be Maguire and Leacher, but it's Maguire and Heaven, which really I think caps a really impressive pre-season for Aidan Heaven. It must be said, right? He's been ever present. I think he started, is it every single fixture? I think he has, hasn't he? So we were discussing, Flex and myself, and we all have been discussing over the last few weeks, haven't we, about, but when push comes to shove, when the season starts, Carrick might end up going back to Leach Martinez. This, to me, says, hey, I tell you what, Aidan Heaven, he might be starting the season in the Manchester United centre-back position, and it might be Leacher and others trying to fight their way in. So that's an interesting one. Luke Shaw comes back in at left-back, expected. We're wondering, weren't we, about what's going to be the decision when it comes to the midfield. Andrey Santos did play against Leeds the other day. And not to say that every single person who was involved against Leeds was not going to be involved today, but we expected quite a bit of change in the starting 11, certainly. But Andrey Santos starts, once again, caps off a really impressive pre-season for him since he's come over from Chelsea. Youri Tielemans starts for the first time in pre-season, I think. Right, he's made a couple of cameos. The one against PSG that Flex was in love with. Youri, you remember that Youri? Oh, Youri. Flex was there, wasn't he? Then came on against Leeds midweek. Now starts for the first time today in this preseason for Manchester United. The front 4, we have Ahmad on the right-hand side. Patrick Dorgu keeps his place on the left. Bruno Fernandes starts. The Manchester United captain starts. And through the middle, obviously, in the absence of Benjamin Šeško, which we'll talk about in a bit, if there are concerns, I did see quite a few people reacting to Flex's match preview yesterday saying, I got some concerns, I'm not going to lie, when it comes to this Šeško shin injury. So we were wondering who was going to play through the middle. It's been Bryan Mbeumo all the way through preseason. But Matheus Cunha, of course, now he's back. A bit of a delay because of the World Cup, then an extra delay because of an illness. But now he is starting through the middle. Now, people were wondering what's going on with the substitutes. What's going on with those names that we haven't seen just yet? Well, we can say that the substitute bench includes Heath, me, Amas, Diogo Dalot, Leach Martinez is there. We expect to see him get some minutes for the first time this preseason. Lenny Yoro, Toby Collier, the Fletchers. Kobbie Mainoo is on the bench for Manchester United, so hopefully we'll see him get some minutes against the man who barely gave him any. JJ Gabriel is also on the bench. Shea Lacey, Bryan Mbeumo, Joshua Zirkzee, and yes, you can see him right there on the bench. Marcus Rashford is back in a Manchester United squad for the first time since December of 2024. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? But Marcus Rashford is on the bench. And interestingly as well, I will get this up on the screen for you guys too. You remember Fabrizio did the story the other day, didn't he? Talking about Marcus Rashford's new number. And he was going to be number 14. Rashford's going to be 14. That's going to be what's happening. Well, today, interestingly, he's going to be number 9 for Manchester United. But it would appear that no final decision's been made on this just yet. This is just a placeholder. According to reports. So Marcus Rashford is going to be wearing the number 9 shirt, according to Manchester United starting 11 that the club has released today. But the club is insisting that the official Premier League squad numbers will be confirmed next week, which is a bit of a the situation there is just a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, when it came out saying that he was going to be number 14, I mean, look, I'm one of those people. I'm not massively attached to, numbers. I was number 1 all the time. And for me, it's not really a big thing. But certain numbers at Manchester United certainly do carry extra weight. We know about the number 7, etc. But when the story came out in the week that he was going to be number 14, it was kind of a bit, again, a bit of a shrug, to be honest. It was like, okay, well, he can't be 10. Cunha's got the 10, so he's going to have some number. So, 14. Jesse Lingard was number 14. All right, cool. But then to be like, oh, today he's 9. But then why would they then announce him a few days later he's going to be 14? I don't know. I don't know. Unless it is just one of those ones where he was going to be 14 and then maybe that changed. Maybe that changed over the last few days, even though they're insisting that, no, he's not going to be. The numbers aren't decided yet. Maybe that's because that's what his position is going to be more this season, right? Less so Marcus Rashford number 14. Maybe it is going to be more Marcus Rashford number 9, right? Matheus Cunha starts through the middle today. Maybe Marcus Rashford will be starting through the middle more often. I don't know. I don't know. So watch that one closely, because that's a very strange one. One would think, why would you go? Why would you go to the trouble of doing the whole number 9 and print thing if you're just going to announce him as 14 in a few days' time? Seems a bit weird, doesn't it? And a bit kind of extra. Just either stick with 14 or what? I don't know. Maybe they didn't have any 14s lying around. They had some 9s and they went, well, just, print that. Print that one. I'm not sure. But we'll see. So one to watch. And if you are, I guess, going out to purchase a Rashford shirt, maybe be a bit careful at the moment, because you don't know. But yes, going back to the starting 11 right there. And also, guys, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. This is the Manchester United starting 11. We've got a super chat from Amanor. It says, Owen, I am worried Šeško is another Mount. Please no. The Šeško one, you want to talk about weird situations. One thing is for certain, right? We've got to, I think, we've had a very strange relationship, the Manchester United fan base, haven't we, with the medical department at Manchester United, how they treat players, how they sometimes don't manage player injuries, how sometimes players leave and then we hear that the Man United medical department is terrible, this, that, and the other. Then there was a big effort and a lot of money to kind of overhaul the medical department, wasn't there? And that doctor came in that since left, I think, as well, from Arsenal, and there's been a lot of overhaul there. One thing is for certain, though, we can't be so gullible, can we? Because Matthijs de Ligt last season, the back injury, be back in a couple of weeks. He's only just getting back out on the grass now. Mason Mount, remember, he came off a couple of games ago as a precaution. He's still not in the squad today. Precaution. So I don't know. I think my read of it probably is that injury that he was playing through initially was probably way worse than we probably knew about. I would guess. That's just guesswork for me, because we heard, didn't we, that when he got shoved off the pitch, he re-aggravated that existing injury. So maybe that injury was actually quite bad, and he was really playing. He was really playing, through it. And then obviously it's made it even worse. And throughout all of it, I suppose they've never really. Because at any point with the Šeško thing, maybe going back to it, it's just because once again, it's kind of an absence of information. Once again, I think maybe everyone just kind of didn't really realize how bad it actually was. Maybe the club kind of kept that quite close about how bad it really was. But he is also, we do see the images of him with the group and out on the grass and whatnot. So maybe it's also one of those situations where they did think it was going to be not that bad, and as they've gone through pre-season, he's like, no, it's still not ready. It's not there just yet. I mean, if you check out some of the injury update videos we've done with Dr. Andrey in the past, of course, he was a former Premier League doctor, part of the medical staff at Everton way back when, did Paul Gascoigne's medical. And he kind of tells the story that, there's only so much work you can do with the player, in the medical room and doing the physiotherapy, doing the prep. But when they step back out on the grass and they start kicking the ball, they might go, nope, doesn't feel right still. And that can just be because of adjustment. That can be because there is something legitimately wrong. So I'm not sure, but there is cause for concern, no doubt about that. Especially because with him, I feel so bad for him because last preseason was complicated because of the transfer, and he got a bit of a slow start. And then once he got up and running, we really started to see the best of him. He had some really stupid things said about him initially about, injuries and not taking penalties or whatnot. But once he got a run of games and once he got up to full fitness, we really saw the potential there. But, you'd hope that, okay, right, he's going to have this really good preseason now, and then he'll be raring to go from the start of the season, but he's never got that because he's been pretty much recovering from this injury the whole time. So what a nightmare for him, certainly. What a nightmare. So that's why also we need another striker. That's why I wouldn't have been opposed to a Danny Welbeck and whatnot, right? Because we need strikers. Super chat from Jay Black says, "Want Marcus and Cobby to pump in a few goals today?" Well, actually, I did want to just very quickly bring this up because I mentioned this during the transfer view yesterday morning. Was a story that was going around a bit on social media. I don't know if you guys had seen this. The guys from Stretford Paddock did talk about it as well in one of their videos. Let's get this up on the screen. Show live, and then
as well. So a big game against Ruben Amorim at the weekend as well. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that Main is back for that one. To be honest with you,
hear from someone at the club, didn't we? And they are desperate to beat him.
Yes, it was.
Should we just say that?
It was interesting to hear that, actually. Yeah, they sort of shared our views.
They're suffering.
Well, they have to suffer. You know the rules.
And
so they want to get one over on Ruben Amorim, right? They want to get one over on Ruben Amorim. And you know, sometimes you hear these things, you go, "Wow, look, maybe that's just." And sometimes we on the fan channels can get sort of tarred with a bit of a brush of, "Wow, that's fan channel saying that, blah blah blah." I don't know about that. Well, interestingly, it's not even just the guys from Paddock that's saying that. It's a story that has legitimately, seemingly made the news as well. Legitimately, let's have a look at it. So you can see it right here. It's from Nathan Salt saying there are staff members at Manchester United working in the backroom roles that speak freely and doubling after the game against Leeds about just how much determination is inside the group to get one over Ruben Amorim more than Milan. So I did see a bit of sort of skepticism about this. I did see a bit of skepticism of, like I said, maybe that's just, fan channel stuff, or maybe that's just projection from some of the fans or whatnot. But we kind of do forget about these kind of things. It's like when we talk about leaks, or when we talk about, who leaked this starting 11, or who leaked this news, or who leaked that story. We forget that there are more people at a football club than just the 11 that start the game, or the players that are on the bench as well. These clubs have a lot of people in them. So maybe to some players in that starting 11 there, they won't give a shit. They'll be like, I actually kind of like Ruben, or I was indifferent on him, or I didn't even really interact with him that much. I wasn't even here, or that kind of stuff. There'll be some players, I'm sure, probably maybe like Cobby, maybe like Rashford, maybe like others, that will be like, yeah, I'll get one over on him. But it's not the end of the world. And then I'm sure there will be some people within the club as well that will be again, they worked there with Ruben, and maybe they didn't like him, or they did like him, but they'll want to win. As is everything on social media, I think it gets blown way out of proportion. I have seen the one argument I do push back on, right? And if we weren't playing AC Milan, I would get this, right? When I've seen a bit of the pushback of like, who cares? Ruben Amorim doesn't manage Manchester United anymore. Why are we still talking about this? Why do we still talk about Ruben Amorim? And I get it, fair, but at the same time, we are literally fucking playing them today. I mean, you can't. It's impossible. Today, it's impossible not to have the Ruben Amorim conversation when the guy in the other dugout is Ruben Amorim. Yeah, if there was ever a time to discuss it, it would probably be around this game. If it's in December of this year, fair. But I've noticed quite a few, and this again, this is when I think people have a very short memory. I've seen a lot of you know, a lot of maybe people don't want to have that conversation about Ruben Amorim because they'll maybe have to have a look at themselves and go, yeah, I said some stuff. I did some things. And I was very much trying to sort of tell people that they were witnessing or experiencing what they were witnessing and experiencing, right? So if there was ever a time to have the Ruben Amorim discussion, it would be now, right? It would be now. Like I said, I've seen a lot of the sort of Ruben defenders go, let's not talk about it now. No, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's absolutely talk about it. You know, of course, there'll be people and there'll be fans that will want to get one over on Ruben Amorim today. You think that if we don't lose this game today, we won't get a bunch of shit going, look at you guys. You lost to the guy who couldn't win and still hasn't won. So there is a bit extra riding on this game, of course. And maybe that's exactly what today is. You know, I saw a lot of it in the chat yesterday, and I think it is. I think it's true. You know, I think a lot of people today can be used actually as I say closure. Sounds a bit much, doesn't it? But maybe today can be used as hopefully the kind of full stop, the closing of the book. Right. This is the epilogue to the Ruben Amorim Manchester United era. You know, we must suffer 15th place, Europa League final loss to Spurs, the goalkeeping coach, the Kobbie Mainoo situation, his fucking brother standing at the side of the pitch, free Kobbie, you know, Rashford doing interviews. What else do we need to say? The tactics board, all of this, the storm is coming. Thank you, Kristen. All of that kind of stuff. That's all happened. And then it ended in January, and then this today is very much the little bit at the end of the book, or the little bit at the end of the film, where the main story has ended. All of the plots it's all done, and you get that little bit that comes up on the screen that goes 8 months later. 8 months later, and it's this match, and then after this match, it's done. It's over. Unless I guess we end up running into him again in the near future, but after that, it will probably be done, I think. So, yeah, if there was ever a time to get any of the last Ruben Amorim stuff out, today would be the day. Why wouldn't it be? And I think for those going, you know, basically don't talk about it. I get the wanting to face forward, but if there was ever a day to I think discuss it. And at the end of it, move on from it, it would be today. Absolutely, it would be today. And frankly, it is kind of remarkable, isn't it? The bubbles we do live in as fans in terms of our own groups, because as Man United fans, I mean, I guess unless you like really are into Italian football, you're like you've got people in your family that support Milan, or you're born in Milan or something like that. You know, we're not going to really follow much of the AC Milan stuff, are we, going on? But even now, you start seeing, particularly with the translate function on Twitter nowadays, you know, you start to see quite a few Milan fans, don't you, go, what's going on with the goalkeeping coach? And what's going on with the we need to suffer? What's going on with this? So it's interesting how the Milan fans are discovering it now. And what I don't think Man United fans should do, because this is, I think, a learning thing. Do you remember the Sporting fans who kept sort of saying to us, like, no, this is how it started at Sporting. We lost for ages, but then it came good. It never came fucking good at Man United. So I'm not going to go to the Milan fans and go, United fan here, don't worry, it's going to come good. It was a bit like that with Ten Hag, wasn't it? With the Ajax fans, like Ajax, and we took Ajax blokes, bless them. It's going to come good. And they go, well, yeah. Yeah, so maybe we'll just back off. We'll just back off. We'll let the AC Milan fans suffer in silence, or suffer in their own part. We've got nearly 1,500 people watching, folks. If you haven't already, click the like button. That is the Manchester United starting 11 that is going to be playing in Poland today. It is Lomans in goal, back four of Mazraoui, Maguire, Aiden Heaven. Aiden Heaven's had a fantastic pre-season, hasn't he? I mean, He is, and after watching, I would really recommend everyone to go watch the interview that his mother did with the guys from Paddock. Not just see the clips online, go and watch the whole thing. She comes across really, really well in it. And just seeing about his development, the clip we played it on the show the other day of him being a midfielder or defense midfielder, and Per Mertesacker saying that he should play as a centre back, and you kind of do see that a lot in his play. It makes more sense. We've seen it in pre-season where he steps forward. He's not afraid to take a risk. Sometimes, maybe to his detriment, you know, when he steps out of defense, we saw it last season where he step out of defense and you go on, Aiden. And he takes a couple of extra touches, maybe goes past the player and you go on, Aiden. And then you go, right, now release. And he takes an extra touch. You go, now release. And he takes an extra touch. And then maybe he get caught out. But I like the ambition, and I like the, you know, the composure and the willingness to take that risk. You'll see it quite a lot today, hopefully, with Maguire and Aiden Heaven. They're not afraid to try and ping a ball over the top to Ahmad or Dorgu with a switch of play, which I do like. So Aiden Heaven's done great in preseason so far. Really pleased for him. And then the midfield, this is going to be fascinating, isn't it, the midfield today? Because if there was one word that could maybe sum up our summer, it probably would be the word midfield so far, wouldn't it? Positive, negative, need more might be the subtitles with it all. But Andrey Santos, in terms of his midfield performances so far in preseason, I think he's just getting better and better and better. I think that we're seeing him get more comfortable, get more composed. What's Ruben gone for? He has gone with a 3-4-3, Ruben Amorim. Yeah. He does have Ruben Loftus-Cheek in one of the 10s, the 2 10s behind the striker, Ramos. The 3-4-3, the wing backs will be out. The wing backs, Chukwueze and Estupiñán are the wing backs for AC Milan today. Okay. But it doesn't look like the strongest. They've got quite a few people missing, I would assume. I don't even know who plays for Milan much nowadays. I'm not going to lie. I know they've had a really poor preseason so far. And like I said, some of the scrutiny has already started. But yes, that was the Milan team. But going back to the United team, that midfield, Santos and Tielemans. What I will say about them, Modric's on the bench, by the way. Luka Modric's on the bench. But what I will say about our midfield in Santos and Tielemans is I love the technical level of that midfield. Both of those players, what we've seen so far in preseason, and obviously with Youri Tielemans, you know, like a decade or so in the Prem, I think it's been, hasn't it, at this point? Left foot, right foot, no problem. They can play under pressure, play one touch. We saw that a lot more in that last game against Leeds, which I really liked. I really liked those moves where we would play through the middle. And you think, oh, that's that really compact area where in the last couple of years, I mean, I was still kind of baffled by watching it on Wednesday because I just thought, I swear these guys can't pass it 5 yards. I swear they can't pass it. I've said many a time at Old Trafford, you know, that whole sideways pass straight out for a throw. What? What was that? So to do the, you know, the one touch and flicks through the middle, was excellent to see against Leeds. So, but those two guys are capable. We know they are. Like I said, Andrey Santos getting more and more comfortable. Did see some reports which were quite interesting, talking about how much he talks on the pitch. I don't know if you guys saw that as well. There was a lot of chat about how much he talks on the pitch, and they think Man United actually think they've got a bit of a steal there. We saw some of his statistics last season. He is still somewhat of a unknown quantity, isn't he, as well, Santos, because he just had so. He did have appearances last season for Chelsea, but because that, you know, it was cameos and a couple of starts here and there, there is still this, we don't really know how good he could be. But I think just what is evidence of the positive preseason he has achieved so far is I think the narrative surrounding his signing has changed already, which I think is a testament to him, isn't it? When the news was coming out, Man United are going to get Andrey Santos, it was, what did we say, mixed? You know, a bit of a mixed bag. Some people didn't know who he was. Some people, I was kind of in that camp. Didn't really know. I don't watch Chelsea every week, so I didn't really know. Okay, he was at Strasbourg, did really well, but you know, so was Liam Rosenior. Like what were we talking about here? And now, actually, the longer preseason's gone on, I think we're looking back at that Santos one going, yeah, that's all right. Hopefully that continues on. Still a way to go. Still very early days, but yeah, maybe that one, okay, did deserve the, the meltdown that came with it. Youri Tielemans, I mean, 35 million's a steal, isn't it? It's a steal. I mean, it really is. I think it's not maybe the lesson that needs to be implemented across the entire window, as in, right, we got Youri for 35 million. That's the standard. It's got to be like that every single time. It's release clause, and I'm not sure you can get many people for 35 million like Youri Tielemans, but I think it's going to be a really, really positive signing, no doubt. And then going into the attacking positions, Patrick Dorgu, I don't even think there should be any conversation at this point, really, about Patrick Dorgu. Does Michael Carrick see him as a winger or as a left back? He's never started a game at left back for Michael Carrick at this point. Patrick Dorgu is a winger for Michael Carrick. Like that's it, isn't it? There's no way of dressing it up otherwise. Patrick Dorgu is a winger under Michael Carrick. And what we did see last season after his injury, now whether or not he was going to continue the run of form that he was on, probably not. But when he was injured, we did lack a lot of width. Ahmad on that right-hand side, or if it's Mbeumo, they'll cut in. Dorgu doesn't mind holding the touchline a bit more, doesn't mind, just running in behind, doing the dirty work, just sprinting up and down, and he'll go. His athleticism and his speed is ridiculous. The only thing that we constantly said about him, and even early on after coming in, was just he's really raw. He just needs a bit of refinement. And he's getting more and more refined, I think. And we actually saw in the last friendly him going over to the right-hand side and drifting around. So he's a winger, isn't he? That is what it is. Yeah, he's another one. Had a positive preseason. Bruno Fernandes is Bruno Fernandes. The real question is just how close is he going to get to the record again this season? I don't think he'll beat it, but you never know. How close will he get? Because he'll get in and around it. He does it every season. It's Bruno Fernandes. That's what he does. That's who he is. That is Bruno Fernandes. It's just how close is he going to get to it this season? Ahmad, really important season for him, isn't it? Really, really important season for Ahmad, I feel like. Last season was a tough one for him. Difficult one. He's looked much sharper in this preseason. He had an all right World Cup. I remember when he came on in that game for Côte d'Ivoire, scored. Was it the winner? I feel like he's maybe, hopefully, got maybe a bit more confidence. Better players around him, hopefully, as well. A bit more of a secure position. He's going to probably be playing right-hand side. That's about it. Instead of going back from right wing back and right-hand side, and sometimes maybe as in the right 10 position. Hopefully, maybe that will kind of get his performances to a more consistent point. And then Matheus Cunha, he is what his season will look like as well. I'm really, really interested in too, because Flex and myself spoke about this the other day. I think he's going to be really important because he can play anywhere across really that front four. Obviously, Cunha today's playing in the false nine. He can do it. We saw last season, in the absence of Dorgu, him really actually make that left wing position his own when we thought, I don't know if he's going to really be able to adapt to that. He feels more of that kind of inside 10 that he was purchased for. But he did it, scored goals, assists, did very well. He can play in the 10, could probably play out on the right as well. So I think in a season where we're going to have more games and going from 40 games to about 60, he's going to be really, really important. And he scores big goals, big moments. So, and do you remember the narrative about him? This is when you got to be careful about the media narrative. Remember the narrative about Matheus Cunha before he came to Manchester United? He walks and he's a hothead. Remember, he gets sent off all the time because he did the thing up. Was it Ipswich? Was it Ipswich or wherever it was? He gets sent off all the time and he walks around. I don't think I would describe Matheus Cunha like that after a season of watching him. I would go, actually, I don't see him as a hothead all that much, really. Actually, did you see the video of him flipping the thing on social media with the cards? I think he comes. I think the Old Trafford faithful love him. Man United fans really like him. I think he comes across really, really well. And he puts in a shift for the team. You know, if you're playing false nine, you put a shift in because you're not just going to be drifting. You've got to run. When he was playing that left wing position, he was running. So once again, I think be careful with the media narrative on players before they come to Manchester United, because they couldn't be more wrong about Matheus Cunha, could they? You know, can he be fiery? Yeah, of course. I think most players probably could in that starting 11. But this like reckless, getting red cards, and you know, and that hasn't been Manchester United's Matheus Cunha anyway, has it? Right, so let me get to some of these super chats here. Where am I? Red Baron says, football arguments are so small compared to Webby. Absolutely, absolutely. I said that, I spoke about it yesterday on the transfer view, and obviously first match day since the horrible news of Webby's passing. Like I said, didn't have the pleasure or fortune of meeting him in person, but just seeing all of the outpouring of support and sort of well wishes to really everyone involved. And obviously just whenever you pass on condolences, obviously you pass them on to family, loved ones, friends. But really for someone like him, I think it's evident by the life that he led is by just all of the tributes to him. You can't go anywhere without seeing someone sharing a story, or someone sharing a clip, or someone sharing a memory with him, either at a game or a video they watched or a stream that he was on. I saw the story of the one with the betting slip, let me in, I've got a and the guy couldn't read. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, really, really sad loss. Really, really tough one, I think, for not even just, you know, Man United online community or fans that go to ground. I think he was really a guy who really pulled a lot of people together. So yeah, really sad news, and thoughts are with his family, his loved ones, and everyone that's been affected by that. No doubt about it. Super chat here from Brian says, I think it's safe to say Dorgu is our third left winger. Well, he's certainly a left winger. I don't know who what the order would be. You know, what is the order for Michael Carrick in that position? Is it Dorgu's to lose, then Cunha's, then Rashford's? Is it Rashford? Is it Dorgu, then Rashford, then Cunha? Does Cunha even have a position? Like I mentioned before, is he going to be one of those he can kind of play anywhere across that front three / front four this season? Because, and this was the discussion point that I don't think has been discussed enough, is once again, we've got some real, like in attacking areas, we do actually have quite a surprising strength in depth. We do have a lot of options. I would like another sort of traditional striker option, but like just look at today: Ahmad, Bruno, Dorgu, Cunha. On the bench, we've got Mbeumo, Rashford, Xerxes. We don't have Šeško in the squad. You've got like some Shea Lacey maybe trying to push through. You know, there's a lot of numbers. There is actually quite a lot of numbers in those forward areas. I think we just need another body in midfield, another midfielder. And my concern really actually is defense. I think it is defense and managing, hopefully, fitness of that defense, because you look at some of the names that are involved. Shaw, we know his history with injury issues. Maguire, his fitness has been, or injuries have been picking up more and more over the last like 2 or 3 years. Obviously, De Ligt's not in the squad at the moment, injuries, and he's had injuries prior. Mazraoui had a bit of a difficult time with injury prior to joining United. He's actually been pretty decent. I mean, this is the guy, he had like a heart procedure, and then he was in a match day squad a few days later. So he's actually been all right with injuries. But we do have quite a lot of names across the back line that, you know, have had their injury troubles. Maybe this is why someone like Aiden Heaven, it's the opportunity and the ground is ripe to really make that position his own. You know, if people are going to keep dropping out, what's the best ability? Availability. And maybe he can use that. Maybe he can use that to his advantage. We'll see. We got close to 1,600 people watching right now, folks. If you haven't already, click the like button. We're currently at 303 likes. Kickoff is in 25 minutes time from Poland. And yeah, see if we can get it to 500 likes. If you haven't also, be sure to subscribe to United View as well. A reminder that Flex is at the stadium today. Right, I'm going to try and do my pronunciation. What's the pronunciation? Because Flex in the Flex in the match preview, he struggled on the pronunciation of the city didn't he? So where is it? Is it Wrocław or something like that? What was that? Man United versus AC Milan. I'm trying to find where it says the actual city. Can someone put it in the chat? What it is? I was going to try and do the pronunciation, but Wrocław, is that how you say it? Wrocław? Wrocław? Or someone try and do it? Oh yeah, Wrocław, perhaps. Wrocław. We'll get it together. Amador with the super chat says, do you think NERC Collier as our central defense midfielder if no Baleba? No, I don't think so. I think to be honest, Toby Collier is probably among those names that before the window shuts, he'll probably end up getting a loan or maybe even leaving permanently. There are still what 2 and a bit weeks to go in this transfer window. It cannot be stressed still that there will be, I think for United, at least one more signing, maybe even 2 through the door. And then in terms of outgoings, quite a few people probably that are on that bench might end up on loans or outgoings, including the likes of Collier could go, the Fletchers, they could end up going out on loan, at least one of them. With Rashford and Xerxes they still got question marks over them about whether or not they're going to stay or whether they're going to go. Closer we get to the end of the window, you think chances are they might end up staying just because time to get replacement if they do go. So yeah, there's still a lot. There's still a lot to happen. I think there's still a lot to happen in this transfer window for Manchester United. Yeah, no doubt about that. I'd be very surprised. And also, when the season starts, I mean, I was watching a bit of the Championship today. I was watching Championship and I was watching League One. That was it. I was watching League One before I started the stream. I was watching Leicester play Notts County, which is mental, isn't it? I mean, Leicester, this is a decade ago, they won the Premier League. They won the Premier League. The 5,000 to 1, incredible story. A decade later, they're playing in League One. Football moves fast, very, very fast. And they drew 1-1. And Russell Martin is the manager. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, so football moves incredibly quickly. But yeah, when I was watching that, then Sky put the thing on the screen. Yeah, and next week and it all begins. And Friday Night Football, it's going to be, was it Arsenal Coventry? It's going to be Arsenal versus Coventry. I was like, fuck, season started shit. But also good because in this little lull after the World Cup to the Premier League season, it's been boring as shit, isn't it? It's been rubbish. And actually, the good thing with matches is when it comes to all of the chatter about transfers and all of the chatter about behind the scenes issues or agents or fees and this, that, and the other. At least when a match is on, just all of that just, at least for 90 minutes, just stops. Just at least for 90. At least for 90, it's just, okay. We can go back to sort of transfers, or we can go back to this player said this or this player did that after the match. The time for talking gets over, doesn't it? So, yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Michael Carrick said in the interview that we want more, but he believes we can do something special. And I suppose that's a question to you guys, actually. We've got, like I said, about 1,600 people in here at the moment, which is fantastic. Big up to everyone that's tuning in. Where do you think we're going to finish? What's it going to be this season? Carrick says he thinks we can do something special. What that is, we don't know. We don't know what special looks like or what he defines as special. What do we think we can achieve? What do we think we will achieve? I suppose because what we can achieve and what we will achieve are two different things. What do we think? I've got Kristen saying 4th, Red Baron saying 5th, Kieran's got second. Seconds, top 4 would be a great outcome. It's a really, really difficult one, because I was thinking about it as I was drifting off the other day. That the Premier League does feel, I wouldn't say open, But there are a lot of questions around it, aren't there? There are a lot of, all right, Pep's not here. What's City going to look like? Chelsea, 1 game a week. They got Xabi Alonso. He was unbeaten at Bayer Leverkusen, winning Bundesliga, but also didn't work out at Real Madrid. Was that his fault? Was he just because he's out of his depth, or is he a good coach and that was Real Madrid? We'll find out what happens. And Chelsea, Blue Co. What's going to go on with that? Arsenal, they won their first Premier League title in 20 years, but that's doing it once in 20. Can they do it back to back? Is it like London buses? You wait for 20 years for one, then you get 2 in a row. So can they do it? Different kind of pressure. Liverpool, the Premier League champions a couple of seasons ago, but they barely bought anyone. They got a new coach, and they spent a shitload of money last summer, and they got worse. So what are they going to do? And then Spurs, they spent a load of money, and they've done back-to-back like 17th place finishes. They need to do something better this season. They will, but what are they still going to be Spursy? Like, what's that going to look like? So there are like so many questions there, and I think maybe that does feed into the frustration from some, which is exactly, look, it's such an open Premier League right now. If you go for it, sometimes maybe in the last decade there haven't been times to go for it because of the dominance of Pep and Klopp, etc. But maybe now is the time to go for it, and then you can be the club again for the next decade plus. But that was said about Liverpool last season, wasn't it? That was said about Liverpool. They just won the league. They didn't spend any money the season prior. Now they can spend 400 million. They spent 400 million. They're going to be the team for the next decade plus. It's going to be Liverpool's turn now to win 3 titles in 5 years and do the thing that United did and then City did. But it's not worked out like that, has it? So just because you spend money doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go and dominate. So I don't know. I think it's really tough. For me, I've said before, I think that if we get to the end of the season and we can say once again we're in the Champions League, so that's top 5. If we're in the Champions League again, because we cannot overlook the fact that we've been yo-yoing in and out of the Champions League for the best part of a decade. We haven't even been in the new format, and that new format's been around for a little bit now. So for me, I think it's maintaining, get back in the Champions League again. And in Champions League as well, let's get to the first knockout stage and then see where that takes us. And then domestic cup as well, let's see where that takes us as well. You're kind of dependent on the draw. But I would say that's kind of the thing that we need. Of course, if the opportunity then comes that actually, the league's shit and we can proper go for it, then expectations can and should change through the season, I think. And I think that's fine too. I think you should always maintain perspective about this is where we were. So where we're going, that's important as well. But we used this example the other day, didn't we? You have to be kind of careful with, anywhere in the top 5, because what happens if we were top for the majority of the season, but then the last 6 weeks we bottled it and we end up finishing 3rd or 4th? You can't go, we said at the beginning of the season 4th, because context changes things, doesn't it? So it's difficult to make those predictions, but at the moment, that would be my baseline. Get in the Champions League again and go deep in the cup competitions. But of course, that can change throughout the season. That's fluid, and it should be at a club like Manchester United. If you're leading the pack, not to say that we would, but let's say we were leading the pack, I don't think you then do. We're leading the pack, say in like February or March. I don't think you then do, look, we said at the beginning of the season, Champions League, that's fine. You'd be like, no, top of the league, don't bottle it. You'd be saying, if anything, we'd probably be having discussions at that time, wouldn't we? Doing like, which competition's more important? Which one do we balance up? That nutshell. Yeah, that one gets brought up a lot, doesn't it? James said, hey, Owen, dude. Hey, how are you rating the window so far? If the window shut tomorrow, it would be underwhelming, obviously. So at the moment, I think if you were to say that it's underwhelming, I think that's fair. But fortunately, it hasn't ended yet. And I do, like I said, I'm still quite calm. I do think we'll get at least one more person through the door. Maybe it's 2, but I think we'll get at least one more person through the door. I do think that our squad has been underrated in some sections. I do think that with some of, not all, but with some of the hysteria that's been surrounding the transfer window, you would think that, like, if we don't get another midfielder in or another striker in, we're going to get relegated, and I don't think it's that bad. I think, like I said, I actually think we got a pretty decent squad. I don't think it's a Premier League winning squad, but I actually think it's a pretty decent squad, and we're playing some good stuff. But we need more. We need another midfielder and probably a fullback. And for me, I'd love to get another striker in, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be midfielder, left back. I think Man United are now doing that weird thing that, you know, sometimes you can do it in Football Manager or like FIFA when it's like midfielder, that's like mandatory, but optional, can play left back. That's what Man United apparently are doing at the moment, because they're looking for oddly specific midfielder left back hybrid, which I'm not sure how many are actually around, which is maybe why Lewis Skelly keeps getting brought up, which is why Camavinga got brought up, you know. But I don't know, like I say, how many are the level you're looking for midfield left back hybrids are there? Not loads. They're out there, I'm sure, but not loads. So I do think we'll get more players in. But if you had to judge it today, it would be underwhelming. No doubt. But fortunately, it doesn't close today. Thank God. We've got close to 1,800 people watching right now, which is fantastic, folks. Kickoff is in 50 or just under 15 minutes time. And if you are just tuning in, that is the starting 11 up on the screen. 6 changes from the starting 11 against Leeds on Wednesday. Lomans in goal, Mazraoui, Maguire, Heaven and Shaw, Santos and Tielemans, Ahmad, Bruno Fernandes, Dorgu, and Matheus Cunha through the middle. Of course, no Benjamin Šeško in the squad, still dealing with the injury, the shin injury that was re-aggravated towards the end of last season. No Mason Mount because of the precaution that he's still working through. And no Matthijs de Ligt. Of course, we know he's on his way back from his back injury, his back surgery as well. But some players do come back for the first time in pre-season to the bench. Lich Martinez is on the bench, as is Kobbie Mainoo, as is Marcus Rashford. Number 9, Marcus Rashford. But the club insist that the full Premier League numbers have not yet been released, even though it would appear that everyone else has their official Premier League number, apart from Rashford, which, like I say, would just be very odd. If everyone else is using their Prem numbers, why wouldn't Rashford? Unless they're still maybe they're not sure. Maybe they're still not sure about it. They're weighing it up, I guess. But other names on the bench include the likes of Mbeumo, Xerxes, Shea Lacey, JJ Gabriel, as I mentioned, Kobbie Mainoo, Lenny Yoro, Diogo Dalot, amongst the others. So it'll be interesting to see how Michael Carrick does manage the 11 players on the pitch today. We have seen him throughout this preseason not really do the traditional 45 minutes per 11, and every halftime the entire starting 11 gets changed. Sometimes he's maybe taken a player or two off at halftime. That's about it. Then some more players come on around 65 minutes. Then maybe some more come on around 80 minutes. And then by the end of the game, you do have a very different 11, but it's more staggered. And of course, there are some players in that team that are starting today that did start against Leeds on Wednesday. And we did talk about, didn't we, the different tests that this preseason has presented for Manchester United so far. Different teams, different styles, different levels of quality. But this week's test certainly has been the turnaround that we're going to be having a lot this season, which is play on a Wednesday, play on a Saturday. And see if our squad can handle it, see if what options we have. I mean, look, we can't, I don't think, name a bench that big, can we, in the Premier League? But we actually do have, again, not bad options. Not bad. And this was kind of my point I was making before, that I totally understand, and I'm with that we need more players and get more players through the door. But I do think there is a lot of, sleeping on, actually, again, we got actually some good players, We do actually have some good players. And with some of those players last season, certainly in the second half of last season, we got some pretty decent results, didn't we, against some pretty decent teams. The next thing is evolution, is evolving that, because the way we got those results, maybe you can't build upon, which is what, again, we have seen in this preseason, haven't we? We've seen a much, I think, different play style from United, much more focused on having more of the ball, much more focused on intensity and pressing. And actually, it's been a style that has been carried across different games as well. It's not even been necessarily Moments FC, which, as I've said before, I kind of push back on the past, because Moments win your football matches. I think even a team with a consistent play style can be Moments FC. But I get the point of in between that. You want to have some kind of coherent play style across many games, which again, I think we have seen so far in pre-season. But it's just that it's pre-season, and Lord knows, and it shouldn't work like this, but unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Lord knows that that positivity that we built up all the way through pre-season, that kind of good feeling that we're talking about right now. We're feeling pretty happy. You're like, season's ahead. This is like, yeah, we need more players through the door, but all right, cool. It's okay. It's okay. If we don't win this fucking game, if Ruben Amorim wins his first game of football since Boxing Day against the team that he was managing when he last won, I might even have to just put the belt down. If that happens, I couldn't even. It will overshadow. It shouldn't. Why should 190 overshadow however many minutes of preseason? It shouldn't, but it would. It would. Ruben Amorim. It's like it'd even be another thing if we were playing Ruben and Ruben had done well so far with AC Milan. Let's say they'd had a really good preseason. You go, look, it's going to be a tough game. He's done well. This is what we're saying. But he ain't won. If it's going badly for him, it's not even going good. We're going up against Ruben struggling already at AC Milan and pressure on him. And that's not even just social. Like, people are writing articles about it this week saying that the media are already on him. So we just can't. We can't lose. We just can't. we can't. Not even that. Remember the old KG sample? You can't. No, we can't. No. So yes, kickoff is in 9 minutes. By the way, as well. We've got close to 1,900 people watching. Let's click those like buttons and be sure to subscribe. Someone asked me if I saw the Ahsoka trailer in the chat. I haven't, but I did see the 2 Marvel trailers today. Ooh. Well, the bloody MCU might be a little bit back, I tell you. Ooh. Looked a little bit. Ooh, wasn't bad. That went bad, that one. Both of them, actually. The Doomsday one and the Vision Quest one. Ooh. So wasn't bad at all. Looking forward to that. Yeah, amid the leaks, because I was scrolling through Twitter the other day and I saw one of the leaks of the film, and I think it's true, but obviously no spoilers here. Someone was also asking me, Owen, has your dad bought a shirt this season? Look, the answer is yes. And like when it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something like that, and your family members are sitting around the table, and one of them says something. Maybe you've brought, like, I don't know, your partner, your significant other, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever it may be. You've brought them and they say something, and you look at them and you give them a look as if to say, look, there's not a lot I can do here. They're family. It is what it is. I apologize in advance. Let's just pretend it's not, it didn't happen. We're going to have to do that with this shirt. That's what I will say. I will still say that I will reveal I've got a picture of it. I will reveal that next week, opening game of the season. Maybe afterwards. Maybe afterwards. Maybe not. Maybe not before, because I wouldn't want anything to happen to him. But yeah, he does have a shirt. It does have a number. It does have a name. And he said that he apologizes in advance. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's not good. But we'll move on. We'll move on from that. Positivity. It's gonna be fine. The one way to counteract it, I have heard legitimately, there's always got to be a yin and a yang to these kind of things. So it's like, there's always a positive and a negative. There has to be the opposite end of the spectrum. The one thing I've heard that does counterbalance and counteract the judge that comes from the shirt is likes. And if you haven't already, you got to click the like button. Apparently, you got to get to 1K likes. That's what I've heard. So that's what I've heard. And for those that don't understand the law when it comes to that, some of the shirts my dad has purchased in the past includes Phil Jones, Marwan Faladi, Michael Owen, Owen Hargreaves, Paul Scholes for England. Then Paul Scholes retired infamously early from England. Never came out of retirement after that. What other shirts has he got? Licha Martinez, Cobby, then he nearly left. What other recent ones? Ahmad turned good, and then, you know, was now talking make or break season. Who else did we go with? I mean, it's not good. There's a clip. I mean, someone will UV clips maybe find it. It's on a very old Flex and KG show where I carried them all out, and yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. There is. James says, did he get a Donny van der Beek shirt manifesting a return? He didn't. No, he didn't. That was that. I can't put that career being completely ruined down to him. That one wasn't him. Can confirm that one wasn't him. And for those saying, well, why would you carry on? You know, why would you carry on even doing the whole shirt thing? Because I think if you get a plain one, I think just the club in general gets cursed, and that's not a good idea, is it? We can't do that. That would be awful. So he has to get someone. And yeah, I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's not good. It really isn't good. We are how long away from kickoff? 4 minutes away from kickoff in Poland. Got to make sure that my stream is set up the right way. It should be. I think it is. Can I hear as well? Is this Sam Matterface on commentary? I am Sam Matterface on commentary. I think I am. That sounds like Sam Matterface. Oh, it is. But the game's not on ITV, is it? Oh. Wow. Wow. Let me get these super chats out as well. I read that one. This one from SD Pharaoh says, as a comic fan, Owen, did you watch X-Men 97? I've watched about maybe half of the first season. I know we're into season 2 now, aren't we, with it? And I've got to catch up, but I did really like what I saw. And I watched, I mean, like a lot of people, I watched X-Men cartoons as a kid. Oh, it was fucking great. I mean, I remember back in the day, I mean, this is back in the day, getting back from like Play School, whatever it was called, turning on Fox Kids. Did anyone used to watch that? Fox Kids. And then watch the old X-Men cartoons. Oh, tremendous. Big Yo-Yo says, the WWE Man United Championship bout may just win us the pre-season treble. Glory, glory, Man United. Yes, right here. Right here. And I know there was some concern that maybe Flex was going to, you know, Flex was maybe going to get the Manchester United Championship or whatever. But don't worry. Did they just keep stacking up? Hide. Oh, they just stacked up every time. That's an error. Well, we got that fixed. Yes, I can see the players in the tunnel with the new third kit. What do we make of the third kit, by the way? The new third kit. Last few seasons, it must be said, the third kit has been actually who's on commentary? I don't think it's Lee Dixon. I thought for a second it was Lee Dixon. I was like, why the fuck am I listening to Lee Dixon? I don't think it is, thank God. All right, let me make sure I've got the timer ready. Of course, we will have stats on the screen as well throughout. We've won, obviously, the Snapdragon Cup, the Boyle Sports Cup. Is there another cup up for show today? Make sure I've got this in the right place. Yes, for those wondering where Flex is at the game, so we're going to get his reaction after the match. I might even be able to get it at half-time. With the new system, you know what I might do? I'll send him the link, maybe. I'll send him the link, because then maybe he can call in at half-time, perhaps, if he's got that capability. Here's the link if you want to call in at half time. There you go. With the watch, call it, and the thingy. Right, we've got to rise the desk, haven't we? We've got to rise. Arise, Owen. This is where I need the X-Men music. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Or the thing is, actually, I was thinking on a morning show, I've got to just go it down like that, and it's going to look like a really epic reveal, doesn't it? That will look quite cool. Ashley, you can go on the chair. She likes sitting on the chair. There you go. With the watch, call it, and the call it. There you go. Oh, look at that trophy. Oh, God. Just take out that light. Brief. And we're up. Oh, the players have got it's white shirts with black shorts. Is it usually with white with black shorts, or is that just because of the AC Milan white shorts? It might be because of that. Remember, if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe to United View if you are new, as I'll make sure that I've got the everything set up. Yeah, so Steffi Jenks says there in the chat, let's go indeed. The pyro's just gone off, the pyrotechnics. It's like watching WWE all over again. Speaking of which, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. My one, links in the video description. Sweet P says, joyful morning, Hoen, live, 9:45 a.m., jam. From my ends. Yeah, I see you in the chat. Yeah, I see you. You know how it goes. Turn up my, oh, that's the wrong one. There you go. I recognize the person on comms, but I can't pinpoint it. Who is it? I can't figure it out. I think I'm caught up with all of the supers in the chats. Teams are just doing their pre-match photos. All right, come on, United. Let's end of this. This is, like I said, this is it. This is the closing chapter. This is the epilogue. This truly is the end of the Ruben Amorim storm, right? A storm is coming. Good times are coming. Turns out the storm was Ruben and the good times are when he left. But now's the epilogue. This is the time to close the chapter. The chapter, the story, the era ends. He's gone. He's been gone for 8 months. But after this, it's over. No more speaking of it again. Unless we play him again this season. Maybe. You never know. I don't think so. But you never know. This is the end of pre-season. We're now going in to a season where we just finished third. We're back in the Champions League. Start as we mean to go on, Manchester United. My word. Eventually, by the way, this game will fucking kick off. It's taken a while. We wait. We still wait. This one, you know, it's pre-season because it takes like a 3:45 kickoff. Might not kick off until like 3:40. Senna between the sticks. Number 1, Senna, it must be said. New number, new season. Whenever you're ready, referee. Whenever you're ready. Just the 5 minutes late. It's like me and Flex in the morning. Bruno Fernandes having a bit of a pre-match convo. Behind the hands. You got to be careful. Big up to Nicholas from Uganda watching. Let us know where you're watching from, what the weather is like, and the time. And we're off. Oh, now we're off. Right. We are underway in Poland. Manchester United wearing their third kit. AC Milan in the classic red and black stripes. Here comes Patrick Dorgu. Here's a start. Go on, start it early. Takes a shot. Oof, bloody hell. I tell you what, it's a corner ball already. Patrick Dorgu just fizzed it. Absolutely fizzed it. He just basically got the ball, ran up the left-hand side. I thought he was going to cross it. He takes it. Maybe it isn't. It's going in. I tell you what, it's going in. I don't know if he means it, but I tell you what, he could have put that in the roof of the net. That was close. Big up, Pat. All right, it's going to be a corner ball, though, to United. Taken from the left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes, the captain. Get some applause. Get some applause. Corner ball. Bruno Fernandes going to stand over it. Oh. Bit of wrestling off the ball. There's Musa and Maguire. Here we go. Quarter ball. Bruno to take. Bruno Fernandes. Ball in. Maguire! It's 1-0 to Manchester United already. It didn't take long. It didn't take long at all, did it? Oh, Ruben. Rolling back the days. It's just like you being at Old Trafford all over again. Man United. Oh. It's like Ruben being back at OT because his team's down 1-0 after 2 minutes. Really? Turns out it didn't just happen when he was at United. Happened at AC Milan as well. 1-0 to Manchester United. Slabhead. He had a bit of a wrestle. And then he went, yeah, fuck that. Bang. 1-0. I mean, look, I know it's only been 2 minutes, but in the 2 minutes, Man United have literally got the ball, gone up the other end, nearly scored from Dorgu, had a corner, scored already. AC Milan, this is the thing. The storm's coming. You've got to suffer. You must. If you're going to do 3-4-3, you must suffer. You're going to have to suffer. The storm is coming. The good times will come. Don't worry. Good times will come. But what was that? That was 2 minutes. Wow. Yeah, about 2 minutes. Let's keep up that. Let's keep up that pace. Keep up that pace. Yeah? Keep up that pace. I want 25-0. To be honest, I've actually got some kind of like shivers from the fact of conceding in 2 minutes from a set piece. It's very Ruben, isn't it? It's very Amorim. The thing is, though, these AC Milan players, they just don't understand what Ruben wants them to do. That's the thing. You just don't understand. You just don't understand. You just don't understand. It's actually good. You just don't get it. You just don't understand. Because you don't know ball. Here's Mazraoui. Oh, nearly played through Dorgu. Here's AC Milan on the attack, though. I say the attack's first time they really touched the ball 4 minutes in. But what a start for Manchester United. What a start. 2 minutes in, Harry Maguire header, 1-0. And he scores goals, Maguire, doesn't he? I mean, I remember when we first signed him, that was one of the things we felt like was part of that £80 million package, wasn't it? But I tell you what, Jamie Vardy calls him slabhead. He scores goals. And then for ages, it felt like we just never scored from a set piece, did we? But he scored some very big, important goals. Do we need to say Liverpool last season? Do we need to say against Lyon in the Europa League? It's no coincidence, is it, that a few managers in a row resorted to throw Maguire up front. He scores goals. You know what I mean? Scores goals. Super chat here from Daniel Luciano. Says, Owen, don't forget, this is what you wanted. Of course. Exactly. You wanted this. Where's your 4 at the back and your Kobe Mainu now? Where are they? Where are they? Interestingly enough, those people that were saying that, if the result stays as is, they won't say anything. If the result changes to one that's positive for AC Milan, even though that would be negative for Manchester United, that's when they will show up. because I will never forget that. Never forget that that game against Brighton. We went out, the comments and that, and then we didn't lose for like 2.5 months. Like literally like 2.5 months, or however long it was, and they went silent. Then we lost against Newcastle. Oh, Ahmad! Oh, he nearly picked his pocket. Is it a pen? Is it a corner ball? Oh, Ahmad nearly picked the pocket. But yeah, I remembered that. I remember that they waited literally like 2 and a bit months, however long it was, till we lost against Newcastle. And then they turned into, oh, I'm glad you got what you wanted, after we'd won for that amount of time. And then they disappeared again. Then they disappeared again until we lost again. Corner ball. Ahmad to take. Ball in. Oh, score from the last one. Is Mazraoui. Manchester United, honestly, it's been 6 minutes in. Ooh, that was a poor pass. That'll be a foul. Free kick. And yes, currently, as you can see on the screen, 1-0 to Manchester United. Actually, I've got to move this. Move it there. Actually, they move it there. Bit of possession now for AC Milan. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, though, I don't really know what the AC Milan team looks like nowadays, honestly. And when was it? It was a couple of seasons ago when they won the league for the first time in ages, when Zlatan was still there. Is Zlatan still involved in Milan? At one point, he was like an advisor to the ownership. I don't really know what the situation is with Milan at the moment. If there's someone in the chat can kind of explain that, let me know. Man United's playing up back. Youri, bit under pressure, but it's fine. No problem. Bruno gave it away, though. AC Milan robbed it. Loftus-Cheek. Saved by Senna Lomans. Got to be careful. Just like Ahmad managed to pick their pocket there. It was, yeah. The thing is, that one, it looks bad on Youri Tielemans because Tielemans is the one that loses it, but it's not really his fault. It's a Bruno problem. It's a mistake from Bruno. Fizzes it off an AC Milan player. Just comes to Youri Tielemans' feet. As Milan with just a bit of possession now. I think the real question is if Milan is still involved with Zlatan. Very true. He's a senior advisor to AC Milan ownership and senior management in operating part. What a hefty title that is. I thought that's what it was, Daniel Luciano. I remember like he's got some weird, like they own the club, but basically they've sort of said to him, you can kind of do what you want in it. I don't know. I'm really not sure what the situation is there. But if you're just tuning in, Man United, goal up after a Harry Maguire header from a set piece after 2 minutes. Santos tried to play forward. Free kick, though. It was late from Youri for AC Milan. Yeah, they're just talking about Andrey Santos. He's had a really positive preseason, hasn't he? So what I want to make sure is that we got some sidebar rotation going on. There you go. You can get some of the stats up on the sidebar. They should just roll through, and more will get added as part of our preseason UV upgrades. Ball through. Wow! I tell you what, is that a red or a yellow? Because it's cynical. Is he given a yellow? I mean, it's the most cynical yellow card you'll ever see. He was through, like. Estupinian pulls, was it Ahmad down? It's a great pass by Youri. Yeah, they're just saying it on commentary. That could have been a red. Great pass by Youri Tielemans. He's through on goal. I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to lie here. I know they've said free, but that is such like a red card. Like, you properly used like the preseason loophole there of I was through on goal. You just pulled me down, but fuck it, basically. Great pass by Youri Tielemans. Ahmad was on the shoulder as well. He would have been through. Estupinian gets a yellow. He was playing for Brighton, didn't he? Unless I'm mistaken. JB says, just tuned in. Who's the starting 11? Starting 11 is Lomans in goal. We've got a back four of Shaw, Heaven, Maguire, and Mazraoui. Midfield, we have Andrey, Santos, and Youri Tielemans. On the left, we have Patrick Dorgu. In the 10, we got Bruno. On the right, we have Ahmad and Matheus Cunha up front. I tell you what, though, Ahmad looks lively and sharp. Another ball through. Commentator's curse maybe there. Just try to play Patrick Dorgu through. Just a little bit too heavy. Overhit it. But I tell you what, when we move forward, we look sharp. You know what I mean? We look really sharp, really fluid. And you can see actually United here playing with a very high line. Rare bit of possession for AC Milan at the moment. But a great start. I tell you what, Milan have lost it again. Oh. Someone just said it in the chat, and it's true. Daz says it. I can see it. Like, Milan, they do look like how we were playing. Not just because of the system, but that, you know, that like the horseshoe, passing it around the back and then potentially losing it every other pass. That's kind of how Milan play. But they do have the thing of they're coming forward. You do feel like, well, maybe they've got something a bit about them. There's a reverse pass by Milan. Now, you're going to have to defend this cross on the left-hand side. Ball in by Chukwueze. Headed out, though. Aiden Heaven deals with it. They've got the proper FIFA shadow on that left. The whole thing's got the FIFA shadow, really. The left-hand side of the pitch, from United's perspective, is in the sun. The rest is got the shadow of the stadium looming large. CC for Milan. That's blocked by Mazraoui and a throw-in. We've got over 1,600 people watching right now. 662 likes specifically. If you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe to United View if you are new. We are probably close to 215,000, actually, if I checked. I'll check soon. But to be fair, I mean, I was just thinking about actually with Milan and having a bit of possession. It's not as if when Ruben was at United, Man United certainly initially didn't have a lot of possession. We had a lot of possession in games, didn't we? And then Ruben kind of adapted a little bit over time, got a bit more direct, and we went a bit more 50-50 with possession. But I wouldn't be totally shocked, actually, thinking about it, if Milan did have a lot of possession in this game, because we had a few games under Ruben when we would have a lot of possession. We didn't do anything with it. We kind of just passed it sideways a lot. And I wonder if just that's what Milan's going to do, which is because I'm just seeing the horseshoe. I'm just seeing the horseshoe is horseshoeing right now. Good switch of play by the Milan player. Ball in. Estupinian headed away by Aiden Heaven. Dorgu's kind of fallen over at the edge of the box. Nope. Still in our box. Oh, good save, Senna Lomans. My word, that is a good save. And he's just stuck his leg out, David De Gea-esque. And it's just pure reactions. I mean, the problem is Man United don't deal with it. AC Milan are doing the horseshoe that we know very well. And then it goes across. And Dorgu's falling around. Shaw doesn't really clear it. And it falls to the Milan player. Absolutely smashes it. That's what makes the save so good. Because it's just instinct. It's not even right at Lomans, I don't think, as well. He just sticks his leg out. Brilliant save. But opportunity that for AC Milan. They've certainly grown back into the game since we've scored. They've kind of, like I said, they will have a lot of the ball. which we know. I wonder what specifically how much it is that they've had. There you go. You can see it. Look at that possession. That's what Ruben does, isn't it? Ruben does the possession. But we're at 666 likes. Going to get 700. Otherwise, we're cursed. Milan having more of the ball now. And I just wonder if Man United will... There's Luke Shaw wins the ball back. Oh, I tell you what. Who diverted that? Because they did really, really well. Was it Youri? I think it might have been. It feels very much like, though, and maybe, again, this is from first-hand knowledge of Ruben being the coach, is maybe United are kind of doing what happened to us a lot under Ruben Amorim, which is, yeah, just go and let him have the ball. Let him have the ball. Let him have the ball. Let him do the horseshoe. And then we'll win a good opportunity and we'll go score. Ball over the top. They've got to get out to him. Get out to him. Just wondering if we're backing off a little bit. Ball in. Well, it was actually a ball across. It was a switch. Blocked by Mazraoui. It's weird being on the other side of this, isn't it? Cisse, 1-2, smashed it over the bar. This is the Loman save. It was through the legs, actually, as well. Yeah, it was a good save. It was a good save by Lomans. Yeah, strange being on the other side of it, isn't it? Because, like, when it was us under Ruben doing a lot of the, the passing around and whatnot, for us, it felt like, they're not going to score. It's just build-up play for the sake of it. But when you're defending against it, you don't trust it, do you? When you're defending against it, you're like, oh, they're having a lot of the ball. But as we've seen, it's one thing to have a lot of the ball. You've got to actually do something with it, don't you? Still going to get to that? No. That'll be a foul. It is a good kit, isn't it, that third one? It is a nice kit. So they don't... I'm assuming with the Snapdragon thing, they don't actually have... Does it say Snapdragon, or is it literally just the logo? Because I couldn't even see it. And it is like a white shirt. So would the white lettering even work? Uh, 300 likes to go until 1K. Switch of play over to Man United's right-hand side. Milan still with a lot of possession. It's just the logo. All right. Man United went the ball back. It wasn't a good touch by Matheus Cunha, but it's an error by Pavlovic by Milan, so United get a throw. You can expect a bit of rustiness from Matheus Cunha. He's not got a huge amount of minutes in pre-season so far, has he? Throwing for Manchester United, Mazraoui to take. Maguire's. Yes, big love to KG, as Steffi Jenks says. Thoughts are with him on the mend. Sent him a message yesterday. As we're 20 minutes gone, Manchester United 1, AC Milan 0. Harry Maguire header after 2 minutes. Since then, a lot of Milan possession. Funnily enough, actually, just before the goal, Patrick Dorgu nearly scored with a absolute smash of a shot. And since then, it's been a lot of Milan possession, a save from Tielemans, and that's about it. But as you guys can see with the stats on the screen, a lot of possession. But it's also, that's very Ruben Amorim, isn't it? You can see the 3 Milan centre-backs all pretty close together there. We've got a Mexican wave going in the crowd. A Mexican wave for a match in Poland between a team from England and Italy. The global game. As Milan try and play out from the back, but they nearly got themselves stuck in the corner there, and they've just trying to go on. They've given it away. But United give it to back to Milan. Must be said, I mean, outside of the goal and the Loman save, it's been very, very dull, hasn't it? Very, very dull. But again, sometimes that's some of the Ruben matches can be like, can't it? We sat through some very dull 90s under Ruben Amorim. But we spoke about the different lessons that each match may provide you. Maybe this is the one where, look, you're not going to have a lot of the ball. Oh, poor pass by Milan. You're going to get it back. Can we keep it this time? That's got to be a foul. Foul, ref, foul. No. Mazraoui and Tielemans lost out there. Cisse. Tried to test Lomans. Tried to take advantage of him at the near post. Do you know who he is? There you go. Right, Man United, play for a bit. Play. We know what they're going to do. As soon as we get it, you know, they'll try and do the sprint, press, get it back. But if you keep it for a few seconds, then they back off. It's going to be a foul. Yeah, foul on Mazraoui. This was the shot that Cisse had. Shot / cross. I'm not really sure what it was, to be honest with you. Whatever it wasn't good enough to beat Lomans. Senna Lomans. Yeah, Man United just need a little bit of Aiden Heavens. Nearly quite out there. Wins a foul. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, it feels like I wouldn't say Man United have gone off the boil since the goal, but obviously Milan, they're very the 3-4-3 is a very possession heavy system, isn't it? Which means you're not going to have a lot of the ball, which can maybe sometimes feel like you're drifting in matches. But as long as you keep your concentration and when you win the ball back, make sure you keep it. Remember, we are 1-0 up as well, so manage the game. Daniel Luciano says you missed my super chat, Hohen. Let me make sure I've got to that. The watch call it and the thingy. Is the camera moving much more aggressively, or is it just me? Which camera? The on-screen camera? I mean, to be fair, I think some of the stadiums that we've played in pre-season aren't always like football stadiums or done for football. Sometimes, like we saw in Australia, like cricket grounds being done, or the one in Ireland the other day. But have we got a hydration break? I feel like it's the summer all over again. I feel like it's the World Cup all over again. Super chat from Red Baron says maybe Amorim is just convincing in interviews. Well, we know he speaks very well. He does talk very well. We know that. He's a smooth talker, smooth operator. But yes, hydration break, 25 minutes in. Manchester United 1-0 up. Harry Maguire, a bullet header. I tell you what as well, he just absolutely just bullies those defenders. A really good header by Maguire's. We are about 250 likes away from 1K likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. And be sure to subscribe if you are new to United View. Remember, Fleck is there in Poland, so we'll be hearing from him after the match. As Michael Carrick is just chatting to the players, talking to Bruno Cunha, Andrey Santos. There's Luka Modric. Looking all of these 75 years of age that he is. I joke, of course. What a player. What a player. One of the best of his generation, no doubt about that. One of the greatest midfield. To be honest, I mean, when you look at his CV, he has to be in that conversation as one of the best midfielders ever, doesn't he? His career he's had, longevity, consistency at a club like Real Madrid, which is not easy. Manage the pressure and expectation that comes with that. I mean, frankly, to be just at the level where, like, 41, you'd be like, I can play for AC Milan in Serie A. I know I'm not as good as I used to be, but I'd still just play for AC Milan in Serie A. Just, you know what I mean? Why not? That's Luka Modric for you. What a player. I'm pretty sure we were linked with him a couple of times as well. Certainly, I think before he went to Spurs, we were. And then I remember seeing, I don't know if I made this up. Was there like a story that before he went to Real Madrid, maybe Man United were interested in him as well, I think. As the Milan fans just unveiling a banner for the late greats, unfortunately now, but the great Franco Baresi. Super chat from Daniel Luciano says, happy early birthday, Asha. Yes. She is 1 year old tomorrow. 1 year old tomorrow. You old fart, aren't you? Yeah, she's sleeping at the moment. I'm sure I'll say I'll get her a treat, but she gets treats most days. Milan on the attack here, about 25 yards out. As once again, some Milan possession. I know, shock, right? Because it's been all AC Milan possession, really, for the majority of the game, hasn't it? Here's Lorenzo, got the ball back. Taking his time to pick it up as well, wasn't he? You're wasting time for Senna. Big Yo-Yo. Why would you say such a thing? Hydra. I mean, to be fair, there's so much I want to say with that, but I can't because it's just even though I don't know anything, I don't want to potential spoilers, hypothetical spoilers. You know what I mean? What I am kind of enjoying as well is if you listen carefully enough to the MUTV feed, behind the commentators is clearly some Polish people doing some commentary. So we're sort of getting the Polish feed as well. So it's kind of dual experience. Watching the game, but also learning a new language. Loftus-Cheek. Andrey Santos with a tackle. You give a foul. You're giving a foul? A free kick? It is a free kick. It is a free kick. Wouldn't the best tackle. Wouldn't the best tackle. A little bit late. A little bit late, that one from Andrey Santos. Yeah, it was. I mean, he doesn't have any shin pads on. Disgrace. Well, he does, but probably very small. Edge of the box. Terrible free kick. Got to be quicker out there, I'll tell you what. But they must be. I mean, I could not play with those shin pads. I couldn't play with those shin pads. I just couldn't. Well, MUTV are having problems now as well because we just got a shot of the stadium. Oh, they're back. I tell you what is hilarious, guys. If you're watching the feed, yeah, right. Their pictures went. Their pictures went, and they were just showing a shot of the stadium. Then, as they're showing the shot of the stadium, you hear someone from really far back off mic go like this. Go. What do you want me to do here? They're just showing pictures of the stadium, and then the stadium came back, and they went, "Oh yeah." So the stadium came back, sparing no expense. So it's 31 minutes gone. Manchester United 1-0 up. And it must be said, I mean, we scored, and then AC Milan have just had all the ball. They've just had all the ball. I mean, Tielemans has had to make that save. Aside from that, there's really been not too much to really discuss. We've had, situations like that where Milan try and play through a little bit. And then they don't really have anything, going forward too much, Milan. So they get to the final third and they don't really have too much quality. And then we get the ball back. I think we are seeing some of the players that maybe haven't had a lot of minutes in this preseason look rusty. Cunha's look rusty. Andrey, bit of space to go into. Dispossessed, though. And I tell you what, Cunha was maybe going to win it back and he fell over. He slipped. Stupinian ball in. That's a great claim. Tielemans, that's what I want to see my goalkeeper do. Claim that cross. It's a good claim from the goalkeeper. JB says, we don't look good. What's going on? I don't know. I don't know if I don't say we're not looking good. I'd say we haven't allowed a lot of the ball. But again, I think that's kind of that 3-4-3. That's a shit pass by Aiden Heaven. That is a bad pass. We've done a lot of that. We haven't been as good as we have been in the other matches. But again, this is also part of the challenge of the whole playing after 3 days, right? So, and the important thing is the scoreline too, isn't it? So, I mean, what that moment we saw there has just been a lot of that. A lot of AC Milan possession. They go for a switch. Isn't the best pass, goes out for a throw. Or best touch, goes out for a throw. Free kick to United. Yeah, it's clear foul by the AC Milan play on Bruno. Harry Maguire. And it's had a bit of possession now for United. But this is also the it's a good kick that by Tielemans. I tell you what, Andrey was nearly through. Whew. JB says, who's this fake JB? Who? I don't know who you're referring to. Fake JB? If that's a, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what you're referring to. You're gonna have to explain it. If it's a joke, it's gone over my head. 35 minutes gone. Oh, it's another JB. I got it because now there's two JBs together. I see. I was really confused. Right. The other JB says we should have started the same 11 from Leeds. No, we shouldn't have. Why would we keep the same starting 11 3 days later? We can't. Again, this is what we do have to remember, folks. This is pre-season. You know, we do again. Like, it cannot be perfection every 90 minutes. You can't play the same team every 90 minutes in pre-season. We don't gotta get too carried away here. As Milan have more of the ball. There you go. And Lomans gets it. Sweeps it up again. Which again have been a lot of the first half. As the stadium makes a bit of noise as United play out from the back. Not sure who to. May not win the throw though. I know it's honestly, Nessie is kind of true. Go back to how sometimes we can be prickly. Okay, Man United lose the ball there, sloppy. I don't know what's happened. Everyone's just down. He squares it. It's going to score. 1-1. What actually happened there? What happened? That is one of the most terrible goals I think I've seen Man United concede. What happened there? Because there's a throw-in, and then next thing you know, there are 3 Manchester United players down on the floor, or at least 2. What happened? What happened? What the fuck? Look at this. We give the throwaway. Everyone falls into each other, and they're just through, and then no one just goes towards him. It's an awful goal. That's a shocking goal. It's comical. How on earth have you conceded that? I mean, if it wasn't pre-season, I wouldn't be laughing, but holy shit. It's like everyone just stopped. They literally, there's a throw in. It's our throw as well. It's our throw. Our throw. We throw it to a Milan player. 2 players go into each other. I think Maguire and someone else goes into each other. Gonzalo Ramos sort of carries on with the ball into the box, looking around as if to say, I can't believe nobody's coming towards me, and squares it. And we've done it again. We nearly done it again. Fucking hell, guys. Jesus. Pass it normally. And the worst thing is it's not even a good bit of play by AC Milan, is it? It's literally just we literally from our throats gave him a goal. It's Mazraoui. Step over, shoots. Oh, Bruno. Straight out of the keeper. I mean, maybe it's a testament to Ruben Amorim, because we couldn't even, it wasn't his coaching that could get Milan to score a goal. We have to literally give him it. Literally. Boom. My God. Madness. Hopefully it'll wake Man United up a little bit. And this is what, and I tell you what, yeah, this is when you get in the, this is what I was saying about the importance of winning this match, yeah, because you see the reaction now. You see the reaction now. You see the influx. You see the influx of people that weren't here maybe 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, maybe. That's why they sent just a preseason friendly, folks, yeah? Man United can't lose this match. Even if it's preseason or not, and I know it doesn't have an effect on the season, but Man United have got to win. Man United have to win this match. And what I would say as well, for that report about the coaching, some members of the coaching staff wanting to win this, you know, beat Ruben more than playing Milan. Fucking, they're not showing it. Some of the players, or some of their coaching methods on the players. As we scored, and then have just basically given Milan all the balls ever since. Oh, I tell you, another mistake. He's through on goal. Oh, the penalty, Man United. Penalty, Manchester United. Again, it wouldn't. This is also why, about again, Meltdown FC coming. We've got a penalty a minute or so later. And where does it stem from? the Ruben Amorim playing out from the back, doesn't it? Playing out from the back, error, leads to a penalty. I think it's a pullback, to be honest with you. I don't know how much of a pen it is, to be honest with you. But how often have we seen over the last couple of years, Man United playing out from back, make a mistake either in the box, 25 yards out? All right, Bruno, you took a penalty the other day. You missed against Leeds. Here, Bruno Fernandes, 12 yards out. Surely not 2 in a row, Bruno. And this one wouldn't be funny. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, Bruno's got to be off pens then, hasn't he? 2 in a row. I can't even do the blame the stutter thing because he smashes it as well. I tell you what, folks, this might not be our fucking day because, free kick to Milan. Let's have a look. That's a rubbish penalty. I tell you what, that's a shocking penalty. Keeper goes the right way, not in the corner. Decent height for the keeper. It's a rubbish penalty. Bruno Fernandes, way better than that. Way better than that. Because I tell you what, that's a shocking penalty. And it's not even, you know, sometimes he does the whole skip and a jump, or he does the little stutter and you go, wow, the stutter, blah, blah, blah. It's just a crap pen. It's just a rubbish penalty. I tell you what, you need to score another one soon because you do not want that to become a thing. We do not need for that to become a thing. Here's hoping it's only in pre-seasons. Because you just know for a fact now, we're getting a pen next week against Hull, aren't we? It's, you know, when things get set up, you know, when life starts setting things up and you just know the directions that things are going in. We're getting a penalty next week against Hull. Like, it's just, and he's going to take it. And it's going to be the whole, he's just missed 2. Now, what's it going to be? That's the story for next week already. Bad writers. Bad script. I've already called it. Estupinian, crossed, deflected behind. But look, I'd rather him get him out of the way in pre-season, if that's a thing. Although I used to say that about saves for me. I used to always say that I only had a finite amount of saves in me for a day. Maybe it's the case with Bruno. 2 likes away from 800 likes. Corner ball for Milan. Cisse, ball in. Switch out. Chukwueze ball. Doesn't read the bounce very well. Goes out for a goal kick. And this is the weird thing about pre-season friendlies too. Flex and myself were talking about this the other day. Like, if this is a Premier League game, if this is an actual a competitive game, as it were, then this is when you do have the conversations of like, okay, Carrick, what do you do? Do you change the shape? Do you make these substitutions? Blah blah blah. But you don't really do that in pre-season, do you? You know what I mean? It's not like, all right, we're gonna do this. Like, people have got like their, oh heaven, you've done it again. A couple of times playing out from the back. Yeah, let's go and have a goal kick. For a starting 11, again, we nipped it around really nicely the other day. Our passing in this game has been really, really poor. They're talking about the pitch. But yeah, going back to it, in a pre-season game, you don't really sort of go like, oh, at half-time, right, we're going to chase the game to go and win it. You kind of just, you do your minutes, don't you? That's kind of is what it is. Because if this was a Premier League game, you'd be going, oh, man, right, Cunha up front, maybe that's not working. But we've also got a lot of players to come on. We've got to remember, your Cobbies and your Ashfords, Xerxes, Leacher, Mbeumo, Lacey, Gabriel. We got a bunch of players still to come on. So maybe this is where Michael Carrick does the whole a bunch of subs at halftime. Matheus Cunha's down. Super chat from Red Baron says, Owen, I didn't know you were Welsh. Everyone says that, thinks that I am. I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. Say unfortunately, not that there's anything wrong with that or wrong with that, but I'm not. See, that's weird. Like when I do this now, it shows all of the super chats. Red Baron says, if we lose, we can blame Flex's judge going there. All right, so we've already started it. We've already started that. It'll be Flex's fault, absolutely. You know what I mean? It'll be Flex's fault if something negative happens, but it won't. Still plenty of time to go. But yes, looks like we're going to enter halftime. What's Cunha got? Has he got what? Bloody nose, bloody lip. And there you go. That is halftime. Halftime in Poland. It is Manchester United. Pause. It is Manchester United 1, AC Milan 1. Pause. Be good if this timer actually stopped. There you go. And then 45. Oh, it just goes to penalties as well. 45 set. There you go. So yes, halftime 1-1. Let's see, should we see if we can try and reach Fleck inside the stadium? If this works, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. See what his reaction is from inside the ground. There you go. See what he says. If he answers, or maybe he won't be able to show his face. We'll hear his voice. Fleck.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, mate. Yes. I'm right behind the goal where Bruno missed again.
I know. Yeah, 1-1 half time.
Oh,
it's a bit strange, isn't it? I mean, one of the probably one of the worst performances that we've seen in pre-season so far. We've seen a lot of, I guess, what expected necessarily from AC Milan, a lot of possession. You know, we were used to that from Ruben, but it's not been amazing, has it? After a good start.
I thought when you're like this close to pitch, like behind one specific goal, it's not always great. So I thought maybe I can't really see accurately what's actually happening. But the way you just summed it up is exactly what I was just in our vlog. I was just literally saying. I felt like obviously off to a flyer. Was right behind that goal. I can't remember. Number 80 was like pulling Maguire. Referee had to talk to him. Maguire said, "Who the hell are you?" Put the ball in the back of the net. So you're thinking, right, here we go. This is exactly what we need. 5-0 incoming. Let's have this. And then like we just sat off them. Yeah. I don't even think AC Milan were brilliant. I don't know how it looks on TV, but like they're just rolling the ball across the 3 centre halves at will. We weren't pressing. We were letting them move the ball really easily. And then we just started getting really sloppy on the ball. Aiden Heaven keep giving it away.
Yeah.
Mazraoui, Bruno, Cunha was giving it away. Like everyone was just being sloppy on the ball for no reason.
Yeah.
And then even the goal that they just scored, I remember sort of Youri Tielemans takes a bad touch. Then all of a sudden, I can't remember how, but we end up with a throw-in. We give the ball away from a throw-in. I don't know how.
Yeah.
And then it was all the way up the other side, really sloppily. And then I see that they got a goal.
Basically,
up a little bit.
They took a throw, and basically, like I said, if we give it away directly from the throw, then like Maguire and Mazraoui go into each other, take each other out,
Right.
and then
Go, right.
Gonzalo Ramos can basically just walk into the box. Everyone just kind of just sort of stands still while he squares it.
Yeah,
And
like,
they
it
just
was
tap it
just
into empty net. It was like, I don't know.
was looking at it from all the way on the other side, but I'm like, well, they're going to score here. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You took it off ages ago. You better off. Yeah. Josh was like, "Oh, your mic." You took it off ages ago. Yeah. So it was just really poor, and then the goal woke us up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was just really actually underwhelmed. It felt like it was our first game of pre-season, not our last.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange, isn't it? I mean, maybe it's the 3 days thing. This is what we got to get used to this season. That level up, that fatigue. There are some players in there like Cunha that are very rusty, and that's coming across. I think he had a bit of a difficult first half, but it was almost like. Again, I'm not totally surprised Milan have got a lot of the ball because that's what the Ruben team does. But it was almost like the longer we went without having the ball, the sloppier we got. Like we just then decided we couldn't pass.
But then when we did get it, it was just give it away immediately. And I was just like,
exactly.
Why are we doing this? And then a couple of times where we did go forward, we caused problems. Ahmad got on the ball, Mazraoui, how Bruno had that left foot shot. Where it was a step over from Dorgu, I think. Good little move. How we won the penalty. Bruno had the right foot control, left foot shot just over the bar. We started to, when we decided we actually wanted to turn up and play, we created some stuff. But other than that, it was just really annoying. But
I will say though,
come on
Lex, I mean, obviously you won't be able to see this in the stadium. But I can see it now. The reaction. If we win a game in pre-season, mate, we're winning the fucking league. If we're 1-1 at half-time, we're getting against Ruben, we're getting relegated. You know what I mean?
Bruno missed the penalty. Should we think about changing the penalty taken out?
The swing of Man United fans at half-time is so extreme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me.
Well,
Bear in mind, we got a lot of players to come on as well. We got Kobe, we got Rashford, we got Xerxes, we got Mbeumo, got Lacey. We got loads of players still to come on as well.
We got some exciting players to come. We're actually sitting next to having a good chat with the Amazon camera crew actually who are filming the doc.
Oh,
which is quite interesting actually, finding out just how it's been. We spoke to some people at the club as well from their side, and it's interesting to see what it's been like. But no, they're good guys. But yeah, second half, listen, it's there for everyone. It's a pre-season. Ruben might make loads of changes, then all of a sudden we're superior.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It's pre-season. We can't, like we said, we can't judge it. Obviously, I'm here for Petty in Poland. So I want 8-1. I did predict 8-1, so we're on track for that.
Yeah.
But
by the way, the second half of Man United still could score goals. I mean, but Milan will probably make changes as well. And again, this is kind of the point, like we've said a million times of pre-season, is that you have it both ways, don't you? If you win, it's only pre-season, but then if you lose, surely it's still then got to only be pre-season. Or if you draw, it's only you know what I mean. So
listen, we've been saying it for many years.
It doesn't matter either way.
It will never be that. It will never be that way around. It's always get excited if you win and get depressed if you lose. That's how we live.
We're not losing, we're drawing.
And we're not losing. Yeah, get depressed if you can see the goal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah. Listen, I think the main thing to take away was just our application of routine, of repetitive, of how we're approaching it. I wasn't happy with that. The result can be the result. You know what I mean? You can lose, but be playing quite well, actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
In pre-season. So it don't matter about the result, but, I just didn't like the way we approach things, if I'm honest. It was just sloppy, and I don't know why.
It was sloppy and it drifted. I think it came across as we scored early on and we thought, we're just going to roll them. And then it didn't really, it's not happened like that. And we've allowed them to get more in the game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I don't know why. So, yeah, I'm going to go and swap ends and go and sit behind the Man United goal. And, go from there.
Yes, exactly. And we'll see your reaction after the game.
Yeah, you will. It might be a little bit later because we've got to go to the flash zone first, which is like broadcast a bit, which is really good. Mm-hmm. And then we'll go to the mix zone as well. So it'll be a bit later, but it's pre-season.
Exactly.
You get it, guys. You get it.
Exactly.
I was going to say nobody's warming up yet, but that's a lie because our subs have just come up on now. So there's the kids. There's the Fletcher twins, Shay, Lacey, and Amos coming out to warm up. So, but the seniors who were doing a bit of a warm up before the half was out was Kobe, Rashford, Xerxes, etc. They were doing a bit of a rigorous sort of stretch out before half time. Dallo coming back. I think he's just going back to sit on the bench. I'm not sure what he's doing. So the kids are out on the pitch. I don't know if you can see that at the minute. Then the Euros out.
No, just seeing a replay of the penalty of. To be honest,
was it a penalty? I didn't think it was a penalty.
Probably not. Honestly, I reckon. Then if if we had VAR, they might have overturned it. But at the same time,
they just blocked Youri Tielemans' shot. It looked like.
I do think if we had VAR, the Milan player probably would have been sent off because he was.
Oh, really?
Well, Ahmad was through, wasn't he? He was basically through on goal.
Yes, he gave me a yellow card.
And he's pulled him down. And it was kind of like, well, it's pre-season, so I've got to give you a yellow.
Yeah. Was he last man as well?
I reckon they'd have had a look. It was close.
Yeah,
I reckon that was close. I reckon they'd have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that. That's why we had a couple of little exchanges where, you know, Tielemans was passing forward, you know, Santos. And then it was just in like half moments. And then after that, it was just nothing. So, really weird. So subs are out warming up. There's Mbeumo. They're going to join in the warm-up. Let's see if they come on directly at half-time or whether Carrick keeps these boys on a little bit longer.
Yeah. We will see.
Nice one.
Nice one.
Big up.
Peace. Yes, we will hear from Flex after the game. And let me get to these super chats here as well. Oh, they come through? Maybe not. Maybe they haven't come through. That's annoying. They will come through shortly. If I click this again, maybe they'll start to come through. There you go. Super Art says Bruno over pressing again, like his Eric Ten Hag days. Tielemans and Santos isn't ready to be left alone yet when he plays like that. Again, we'll see. You know what I mean? I just someone said it in the chat. I wish I could find it. I think it was from who said it? Was it Clovis? Someone basically said something along the lines of it's only pre-season when it suits you. Oh, here it is. This was it. It's only pre-season when it suits you, but when we win, Man United fans. It's only when it suits you, but when we win, Man United fans should not be happy. Fans in here just writing stuff. That's what I was kind of trying to get across, which is when we talk about both sides of our mouth, like you kind of have to commit to one way or the other. Either preseason really matters or it doesn't. You know what I mean? You get my point with that? So if you're gonna go really in because we're halftime and it's 1-1 and like, oh, we're not ready for the season, blah blah blah, because this preseason game said it. Well, then in all of these other results when we played well and won them, they must count them for something. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Sometimes with Man United fans, and particularly at halftime, you know why I sort of do the sort of 3 meltdown points? And I said one's when the team comes out and one's at halftime. It's like clockwork every single week. Like if we're not, heaven forbid, we're not winning the game at halftime, even a friendly. Oh my God! Like there's a second half as well. So. Yeah, I mean, if we go on and win this half 5-1, it's pre-season. If we go and lose it 5-1, it's pre-season, but negativity will come with it. But I think what also can't be lost in that first half, despite it actually being probably our worst performance in pre-season so far, we still should be 2-1 up. We still should be 2-1 up. We should have scored that penalty and we should be ahead. So, you know, I just... And maybe this is something we need to kind of move away from this season. And I'm talking to myself here, is just this. This is why I suppose we do the standards thing, don't we? But, you know, perfection isn't possible. You can't be winning every game all the time. And also, like, you know, when we're saying about, like, for instance, that thing, Super Arch, you're saying there, you said it's just my opinion of what I'm seeing. But like you said there, like Bruno is over pressing again, like his Eric Ten Hag days. Tielemans and Santos isn't ready to be left alone when he's playing like that. How many times has Bruno played with Santos and Tielemans? This is maybe his second or third time. Like those kind of like sweeping judgments about like, oh, they can't, like, that is where he goes pre-season. Like that is pre-season. You know, they're going to have to play with each other more games to get used to with each other. The Brunos, how many minutes has he played in pre-season along with Tielemans? There's going to be rustiness as well. So again, those things will develop over time. I think definitely, this is where I think the multiple things exist at the same time again, because it's like, I spoke about it the other day, having frustrations with the window, but then also being happy with the football that we're playing. I think we've done all right in this pre-season ball. So this first half's been shit. We can still go on and win the game though, you know? So for me, like I said, first of all, get the win of this one, because Lord knows. Look at the reaction to a draw at halftime. Maybe this is evidence of why we have to win this match, because if we don't, heaven forbid, no pun intended with Aiden, but you know what I mean. Super chat from Red Baron says standards in 2024. Dan Gore with my door. Yes. indeed. But yeah, halftime at the moment, 1-1. Actually, I got to change that to the right thing. There you go, halftime. Manchester United, a goal up from Harry Maguire after 2 minutes. We concede one of the most comical goals you will probably see. I mean, that goal we conceded. And maybe that's also the frustration with that first half too, is that when you think about it, like Flex touched upon, I know that Milan, they've had a lot of the ball, but they don't really do anything. They don't really do all that much. Loman's made a save. That was about it, wasn't it? They didn't really. They had a lot of the, which again we saw that when Bruno was at United. A lot of the ball, a lot of the horseshoe, you know, and then they'll go forward a bit and try and create something. But they didn't really create all that much. Their goals they score, it's our throw. We throw it, and they Maguire and I think it's Mazraoui smash into each other, and nobody walks around. No, everyone's just sort of watching Milan score. And then even that we could have and should have scored from the pen. So, yeah, I think second half we'll see some changes, and hopefully second half we'll kick it up a notch, because I think that reaction at halftime just goes to show what the reaction would be if, heaven forbid, we don't get a win in this friendly. My word. Loman's made 3 or 4 saves, Owen. Come on, Owen. What are the 3 or 4 saves he made? I remember the one with his feet. What other big saves did Loman's make? I can't recall the other ones. Was it Santos he ran into? Thank you, Kristen. I remember the Loman save kicking it out of his leg. What was that? I'm genuine because I can't remember. I remember the one we stuck his leg out. The shot cross. That wasn't really much of a save, was it? I mean, are we really going with that? That one where he had the shot on that was maybe like a cross? Are we being technical here? These technically 4 saves? I mean, what are we doing here? That's what I'm trying to say. I can't remember the other ones. That was the other big saves that he made in that. I'm trying to remember. I can't think of them. I remember, like you said, I remember the one with the leg out, the one which was like a cross shot, much for save. And then I remember the big claim of the cross. I think that was about it. Maybe the Loftus-Cheek one. I don't remember that one. Yeah, I don't remember that one. Oh, I keep pressing that one. It's this one. There you go. All right, players back out onto the pitch. Make sure I've got the thing set up here. Right, Red Baron has like 20 saves. You imagine it? I was trying to think that like he's made 3 or 4 saves. So I was like, did he? I don't think he did. I'm pretty sure I can remember the big one. But I mean, I suppose technically if you count every time someone had a shot, but I don't really remember. That's what I'm saying, Renato. Renato says, check the stats, and we had both had 4 shots on target, but this isn't a save. I class it. I mean, it's a shot on target, but my point was he's had that big save to make there. I can't really remember the other ones. I tell you, did make a save. Was their goalkeeper from that penalty? It was a poor one. The poor penalty from Bruno Fernandes. So no Manchester United subs. Right, we are off second half. Yeah, that's what I was trying to sort of say, Dan. I think there's a different. I mean, if we count every shot on target as a save, but Fraser Campbell, that's who it was on commentary. I knew I recognized the voice. So second half is underway, 1-1. No changes, interestingly, from Michael Carrick at half time. They are talking a lot about the pitch, and to be fair, the pitch is actually cutting up quite a lot. It's seen a lot of players struggle to stand up from both sides. They're both slipping around. They say Aiden Heaven, that's a foul on Loftus-Cheek. I mean, probably is just about to foul, but he's well within his rights to go after that because Loftus-Cheek does a poor touch initially. It is a foul in the end. He's maybe just a bit too over-aggressive there, but he was well within his rights to go for it. Ahmad wins the ball back for United. That will be a foul. Free kick for United. Ruben with the all in black. Free kick for United, though. Ball in, back post. Dorgu. Oh, somehow it's not got in. Ball into the back post. Dorgu put it across goal. Then you can't really see it. It ends up in the keeper's arms. Let's see a replay. That's a good touch, that, by Tielemans. It's got to be a foul, surely. Ref! Oh. Patrick Dorgu with a cynical foul. Gets booked. Let's see this replay of that chance we had. It felt like it was just waiting for literally just a tap in, but nobody was there. But I haven't seen it back yet, so I don't know. Bit more Milan possession again. Of course, we saw so much of it in the first half, didn't we? So a lot of that Milan possession, the horseshoe, as it were. What is quite weird in this game, though, because we're just seeing, I've seen Milan play through us again, is just that level. It's not a foul. It's a great tackle by Andrey Santos. Just that level of intensity that was there, say, against PSG and Atletico and Leeds, just not really there as much. And I just wonder if that's just laziness, or if they have been told, the United players, no, don't engage them as highly as we did against PSG. Which would be odd because we've caught them a couple of times high up the pitch in this game. Because we know the Ruben style of play out from the back. You can catch them in those areas, but maybe they're just being very cautious of the ball over the top. I don't know. Barely 5 minutes gone in the second half. Not too much to write about. And all the way back to Lomans. A bit more possession for United here. Just get the ball going. You know what I mean? Just get the ball going. That was a bit of a zoom in from the broadcast camera there, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, I see what Daniel Luciano was talking about earlier on. That could be a foul. Yeah, that's a foul. Patrick Dorgu. I wonder how long it will be before Michael Carrick does make some changes. Like I said earlier on, he has been a bit... this is the chance back. Oh, he scored! I didn't see it. I didn't see it because the replay was playing, but Man United are winning. There you go. Where's all the negativity and all that bullshit now? Honestly, 5 minutes in, Man United 2-1 up. Just like that. And what is it again? It's an error. Oh, it's a shocking back pass. I mean, let's be honest, actually, guys, yeah. the level of quality in this game has actually just been crap across the board, United and AC Milan. And this is what I was kind of saying at halftime. Like, I'm not having this. Ruben outscored Michael Carrick in that first half, because he really didn't. We gave him that goal. Milan had just been passing the ball side to side, and we've not been really doing that much. Like, they've not really been showing anything of quality. We've just, whenever we got the ball back, we'd give it away immediately. That goal that we gave them was our throw. So Man United are back in front. Patrick Dorgu scored from an error, but you know, it's just been a really, 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 really poor game just across the board. Like I said, that's why I just really was not having the Ruben's doing this, because it's like, well, he really wasn't. It's been a terrible game of football. And I wonder if those same people, I'll do my impression of the Rubeners. And then if AC Milan scores, they'll come back and be like, yeah, I told you he was good. Told you he was good. They conceded again. Shit. Sorry. Yeah, told you you'd have to. They've conceded. Oh, fuck it. Sorry. You wanted this, 4 at the back. And Cobby, you wanted this. They've conceded again. Real fake fan. That's literally. But in reality, it's been 52 minutes of just really shit football from both teams. But this is what I was referring to with them. Here we go. Pressure them a bit high. Nearly lost it again playing out from the back, AC Milan. That's what I was kind of referring to about. I'm surprised we didn't press them higher up, because they have lost the ball in those areas. But maybe it's because of this. You do leave yourself a bit open. Ball in, back post, flicked on by Aiden Heaven. Well, you should wear shin pads. That's why. He's holding his shin. I think it's Chikwueze. His shin pads are like that big. They're like that big. And he's going, oh, it hurts. Well, you wear real shin pads then. That's why. Well, minimum, pull your socks up at least. I wouldn't be able to play with shin pads that small. I wouldn't be able to do it. I remember back in the day, I used to play with those fucking, you know, those like massive ones. My shin pads used to go nearly to my knees. I was not, you know, as a keeper as well. You're sliding in all over the place. Screw breaking your leg or something like that. Safety first. Corner ball in. Maguire headed it away. I'm going to be a free kick, yeah. Free kick. Yeah, I mean that thing with the shin pads. I mean, is that really just a complete style over substance thing at this point? Because in my opinion, it comes across as like entirely cosmetic, but it might not be. Some people might be like, no, I don't like having the thing there. But at the same time, again, that can't be legal, because not to sound melodramatic, but like, are we waiting for someone to like break their leg or their shin and then make it mandatory for them to have like proper shin pads again? Because it feels like where we're going, isn't it? Because someone's going to really hurt themselves at some point. I mean, all jokes aside. And then it's going to be, oh yeah, they should be higher up your leg. Anyway, free kick to AC Milan, about 25 yards out. Takes it, goes straight into the wall. Oh, he slipped. Another slip on this pitch, man. Like I said, both players on each team have been really struggling to stand up. Because there are less hard tackles now? I don't know. I mean, If anything, you might need it even more. I mean, the players now are better athletes than they've ever been, right? They know more about sports science, more about whatever. So you're dealing with faster, bigger, stronger players than maybe before. Like I said, I feel like that's particularly at a time where, we're learning now about, in all seriousness, the long-term effects of playing lots of different sports and why different safety precautions should have been taken or should be taken moving forward, right? We're learning about that in the NFL. We're learning about that in football, about heading football and whatnot. So it's probably not the same as wearing, shin pads, but switch of play out to Chukwueze from Milan. It's into the box up against Luke Shaw. Shoots. Goal. It's got to be offside, surely. Lino. Well, it's 2-2, but I could have sworn that was offside. We'll have a look. I thought he was offside. I mean, there's no VAR. And it does it matter? It doesn't matter. We'll have a look here. Oh, he's onside. Just no one's following him. Maybe. Let's have a look. Oh, I can't see it from there. I mean, they all claim it. I mean, it'd be good if they showed us an actual good replay, but we can't tell. Well, they haven't shown it. Well, they haven't shown any replay that's worth of substance, so I couldn't tell you. But I mean, it's a shit goal as well to concede. Luke Shaw not doing enough on the left, and then on the right-hand side, I mean, look, there's again just completely free at the back post. See if I can rewind it. I'll have a look on the big screen. Not that it matters too much. I mean, it counts now, so. Let's have a look. I think he was onside, to be honest with you. But it's a really poor goal to concede. Really, really poor goal. And it's what I'm talking about when it comes to defense, by the way, guys. I'm telling you. I think for all of the chatter about obviously needing midfielders and whatnot, I think it's our defense that does concern me this season. Fullbacks, we know that we're light and we need to sign a fullback at least. The centre backs, with the three seniors are injury prone. The two young guys are injured. That back four, I'm telling you. And the irony is we rebuilt that 2 years ago. But a bunch of substitutions here. Change this. Luka Modric is on for AC Milan. Manchester United are making a bunch of substitutions as well. Oh, their pictures have gone again. They're showing the stadium again. Their picture's gone. Honestly, to be honest, this whole game is just a big fucking disaster, isn't it? Really, the pitch is rubbish. They lose pitches every 5 seconds. Right, Marcus Rashford is on. So is Kobbie Mainoo. So Dallow's on. And Mbeumo's coming on. Lacey's coming on. Ahmad, Cunha, amongst the many that are off. All right, here we go. 30-minute cameos for these guys coming on. Can they make a difference? Kobbie and Rashford both on. Is it set up for one of them to score? 2-2 against their former coach. Is one of them going to score the winner? We'll see. Is that is Leacher on? Is that Leacher? Yeah, Leacher is on as well. Ball over the top, or nearly towards Marcus Rashford. He's got to score, isn't he? You know when you can feel it. You know when you can feel it. He's got to score. I mean, 2-2 against Ruben Amorim, and the first time he's going to play since December 2024. I mean, it's set up for Marcus Rashford to score the winner in this game. It's set up for him to score the winner. You know, when football just kind of gives you these stories on a platter. There was a foul off the ball, I think. You could hear Bruno complaining. He wasn't happy. Now he's going to score the winner, and then, yeah, exactly. It's going to be the whole R9 stuff. R9. He's going to score the winner. Ball over the top. I don't know who that was to, but Man United get the ball. Or was it just give us the ball back? I don't know if Ruben Amorim didn't want us to give the ball back to United. Now we've given the ball back. What the fuck's going on? Just play the game. They gave the ball back to us, and then we gave the ball back to them. All right, Milan with the ball in the box. They've made errors before in this game. They've made another one. Lacey. Milan throw. But I tell you what, that's the area, isn't it? They're losing the ball in those very dangerous areas. They got through on goal there, Milan. Loftus-Cheek. So who have we got now on the pitch for Manchester United? We've got, I can see Mbeumo. We've got, we've got Mbeumo. So who's playing through the middle? Who's playing up front then? Just trying to figure out. They gave that offside. So they're showing the backroom staff on the bench there. So we got Mbeumo playing through the middle, I think. Yeah, it looks to be Rashford on the left, Bruno through the middle, maybe Lacey on the right, and Mbeumo up front. There'll be a foul on Youri Tielemans, yeah. "65 minutes gone, 2-2. Here's Marcus Rashford. I don't know if that's a foul, referee. He nearly got past the fullback, or should I say wing back? Switched out wide. There's Milan on the attack now. So Milan got Gonzalo Ramos. Luka Modric, yeah, obviously he's gonna know what he's gonna do. Sit, dictate. You go and get that. Then now go. Go forward, play forward. And Mbeumo. Here is Marcus Rashford again off the left. And Mbeumo was on the overlap. Backheel by Mbeumo. I don't think Rashford expected him to be able to pull that off. Now you've got him there. Push him. Press. Oh, it's too easy. Just let him play it out there. Put it down to pre-season. And now you got to be careful of letting Luka Modric have the ball. Like I said, though, for 65 minutes, I must say, it's been a really bad game of football. I don't know if it's because, you know, when near the end of the preseason and players try and play it safe. And if it's because of conditions, the heat, the pitch. But it's kind of at different points threatened to turn into like a half decent game of football. But then the level of quality just dips. Just sort of. So I don't know if it's the, because again, we saw this a lot when Ruben was at United. I don't know if it's just the way that if you set up the way that Ruben does when you're going to have a lot of the ball, it just sort of sucks the energy out the game at different points, maybe, because we did see that. Or maybe it's just, just one of those games. I just don't like it. On a few occasions, we just let him play out too easy. Luke Shaw nearly got done there. Managed to recover. Super chat from Daniel Luciano says, can't lie. Good seeing Rashi back in the jersey. Do you know what? Honestly, though, it feels a bit weird. It feels like weird how it's just gone from, absolutely no chance it's not going to happen. And then it's just time went on. Just like, yeah, well, he's going to be just a thing. He's going to be back. Is he ball in, back post, header? Well, that's 3-2. And I tell you what now, we're suffering. We're suffering. Oh, God. Fuck it, we got to score. We got to score. We got to score. We can't lose this game. Can't lose this game. That's what I'm saying about the defense. I'm that defense I don't like. I'm not having it. Again, sloppy, lose it in the middle of the park. Cross into the box. Man, just too easy. Just too easy. Too easy. If you've got a big sort of target man centre forward, between the two centre backs, just too easy. Look. Maguire and Dallo just kind of looking at each other. Man United, we've got to score a goal. We can't lose this game. Can't lose this game. Oh. Because it's him and because of the preseason, it's just gonna be too much of a heavy shadow. It's gonna be too much of a big shadow. And it must be said, again, second half so far has been a continuation of the first, really, hasn't it? We scored the goal from the error, and it just never kick on. Just never kick on. It's just been, again, kind of laziness. It's just been not that intensity that was there just a couple of days ago. And what Man United don't need, this is why they need the goal, right? This is why Man United need the goal, because they just don't need this negativity. We just don't need it. Because what it will be, if the result stays as is, as I mentioned, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. But it will just now be, even though we've had a good preseason on the pitch, it will be a week filled of negativity about get players in. It'll be negativity about, look at this guy, Ruben. He just beat us in preseason. He hasn't won a game. Fucking hell. Whew. All right, 20 minutes. Get a goal, Man United. Because we're losing the game. That, like I've said, it's the oxymoron game. It both matters, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, but it does mean quite a bit. Ugh. If we do lose, I'm fucking banning Flex from going anywhere. He's never leaving the country again. I'm going to get like a judge to get an injunction or something. I'm going to turn him into a flight risk. And I tell you what, they're in behind here. Through and go again. I tell you what, this is getting bad. This is getting embarrassing now. 4-2. Man United have just completely collapsed. The defensively, in the last 5 minutes, we have just fucking shit the bed. Absolutely shit the bed. What on earth are Man United doing? What on earth are Man United doing? Look at this. Ball in behind. Who's that? Is that Leacher? Simple 1-2, you're in behind, and Leacher's running through fucking treacle trying to catch him. Yeah, it was Leacher. That was the pace of a man who has not played football all summer. Holy shit. Great. Great. This next week's going to be fucking awful now, isn't it? Because it's been really, really bad today. Really, really bad. AC Milan ain't been that good as well. It's been really, really shit. Leacher was looking like he was sprinting with a parachute on his back, trying to catch him, by the way, as well. There's going to be. I exactly show how many times have I spoken about that back four, saying that all the focus on the midfield, and I get it, but I'm telling you that back four, I think it's a real problem for us this season. I really, really do. And Mbeumo, you've overhit it, but I'm telling you that back four. I think we always need a brand new one, genuinely. Fullbacks, centre backs. Quiet, what a shot! Saved by the goalkeeper. Super chat from Daniel Luciano says, for those in the chat, Amram got 15th, never forgets. It doesn't matter, Daniel Luciano. When you're losing, exactly, you got 15th when we're losing 4-2. You know, if you lose a match or you're losing, you got to take the rough with the smooth. If you win games, you can hold that. If you lose, you got to hold that. Here's how it goes. Oh, you got a head injury. Who is it? Is it Cobby? Oh, that's nasty. Nasty clash of heads, that as well. But the real concern, though, I'm telling you, is 4 goals conceded today. Yeah, 4 goals conceded today, and they've been all rubbish goals, like really poor goals, like comical defending. Players running into each other, players not seeing each other at the back post, cross, nobody knows who's behind them. And then when we do get possession back, we can barely fucking pass the ball. That back four, problems there. I'm telling you, problems. That back four is not it. Because it wasn't it last season. I mean, when you look at when you look at the numbers, you know, Man United's attack last season, our attack last season was pretty much on par for the rest of the league, maybe bar the top 2 teams. Our defense was on par for, I think, like mid-table teams or something like that, you know. And it's not even, you know, with the Lomans, we should do better. Something like the ones today, some of them are tap-ins. So I think, you know, with all the talk about we need to get a left back and midfielder, it's left back, centre back midfielder. Because I'm telling you, that back four, they're not it. But they weren't last season as well. And on top of that, Leacher, injury prone. De Ligt coming back from an injury. Maguire, every single season he's been injured more and more. Oh, here's hoping this is get this out of all the fucking. We hadn't lost the Priest. Well, we lost the Wrexham, wasn't it? Yeah, of all the games to lose. Oh, why him? By him. Of all people. Kobe just lost the ball. And it's weird as well. Literally, as the game's gone on, we've just literally like gradually got worse as well, haven't we? We scored that opening goal after a couple of minutes. And as I mentioned to Flex on the phone at half time, it kind of just was like, oh, yeah, we'll win now. Saving grace is just that it is just pre-season. But the very nature of this opponent meant that if you win, you carry positivity over into the season. If you lose, you carry negativity over. Especially the manner of how we've conceded the last few goals. It's been really, really shit. Really, really like avoidable, comical defensive errors. Like, what is that? And now they're just... It's not a foul. It's not a foul. Well done, Marcus Rashford. Keep it alive. Keep it going. Keeps it alive. Luke Shaw cuts it back. Through the legs. Oh, look, can't fault Marcus Rashford for that one. Kept it alive. Should have been more options. Won't it be ironic? It'll be like the irony of ironies will be something along the lines of Leacher, jeez. Irony of ironies will be like this will be like the only game Ruben wins at AC Milan or something, won't it? He'll still get sacked after like 3 or 4. He'll do an Eric. He'll get sacked after 3 or 4 games. But the only game he would have won would be against Man United. No, in our like, I don't even think we could actually rule that out. It would be typical. Here's Luke Shaw. Mainu. Leacher. Tielemans. Oh, Dallas needs to get the shot away. 1-2. Ah, poor pass. There you go. Keep it alive again. Kobe Mainu. Rashford. Rubbish. Rubbish. Yeah, well, it wasn't a foul from Rashford. I don't know what the AC Milan player was rolling around on the floor about. $10 minutes to go. Man United 2, AC Milan 4. Absolutely shocking performance by Manchester United, which is, frankly, progressively just got worse as the game's gone on. Defense, I mean, even there, I mean, the player's offside, but I don't know if the Man United defense were really playing for that. They're kind of looking around all over the place. Martinez tries to find Rashford over the top. Is that going to be a foul? Ref says no. Oh. 10 minutes remain. Leacher wins the ball. I tell you what, this ref's let a lot go in this game, ain't he? My word. Like, he really has a couple of times there have been players. Oh, damn it. I mean, to be honest with you, we're lucky that Tielemans plays it off the ref there because Dallas, a shocking pass. He plays it in front of Tielemans. Tielemans tries to sort of direct it and comes off the ref. Luckily, it's a bit of a drop ball. Here's Leacher on the ball. A very rusty Leacher Martinez, must be said. You can tell it's his first few minutes of pre-season. Here's Luke Shaw. Cuts it back. Rashford. What are people saying in the chat? Ori says, oh, Rashford. Oh, how did I not end up going in? What you and flop flip flex saying about Ruben's revenge, Owen? I mean, look, Man United we're gonna have to take a lot of shit over the next 7 days, no doubt about it. I mean, obviously, it doesn't rewrite history, and Ruben Amorim winning this does not eradicate 15th for Europa League. If anything, it only just enhances our embarrassment, doesn't it? Because we lost to that guy. So, like I said, got to hold it. Got to hold it. I'd much rather it happen now in pre-season than maybe later on in the season if we met in... Are they in Europe this season? I don't know. But also in a game as well where pretty much the majority of the goals we've conceded have come down our left-hand side. Not all. That throw-in was from the right-hand side. But from the left-hand side, there'll be more talk about left-backs. Ball in. Bruno. And I tell you what Man United have done, and to be honest, this is probably one of the biggest concerning things for me here, is that it's the manner of what we haven't seen here. What we're seeing here is what we haven't seen in quite a bit, actually. I'm trying to remember the last time I recall Man United doing this, but what we've done that like collapse thing again, which I felt that we'd kind of moved away from a little bit. But you remember that, like, things aren't going that bad. Oh, it's not too bad at halftime. We're like, well, we're 1-1, it's 2-1. But we've done that, like, just complete collapse. We would do it. We did it under Ten Hag quite a lot. They obviously did it under Amorim. I can't remember it happening under Carrick so far. It's one of the first times that it's like, it feels like we were 2-1 up a minute ago. Next thing you know, you go, it's 4-2. What the fuck's happened there? Like, this is what this reminds me of. That kind of, we've not really played. We did it quite a lot under Ten Hag. You don't play well, but you find yourself in a decent position in the game. You go, 2-1, not played great, but, you know, the match is in our favor. And then just collapse. Goal. And then you go, like, shell-shocked. What happened to us? And then we do this afterwards. The players then look shell-shocked, which is what they're doing now, where this remaining, the moment they scored the fourth goal, it's like they've sort of just gone, oh, fuck, the game's over, innit? And now we can't pass the ball. We'll try and do switches or try and play a bit forward, but we'll lose it. Bruno will start trying stuff because, let's be honest, he's kind of stunk it up today. He missed the penalty. He's never recovered from that. Yeah, like, Luke Shaw just give the ball away again. I don't know how many times he's done that today. Yeah, that's my biggest worry from this. Is the sort of the collapse worries me in that, because you remember last season when we were talking about that resilience, what we were saying. I tell you what, but you look at the seasons prior, we'd have gone 1-0 down, or when Arsenal equalised, we'd have lost that game, or when Liverpool equalised, we'd have lost that game. But the thing that worries me is the collapse. Again, I don't got to go overboard. It's one game in pre-season, and I think everyone's allowed, to be poor. But it's been really, really poor, really, really poor. So but at the same time, this is a pre-season where teams lose games. Arsenal lost, PSG have lost games. They've all lost. But problem is as well, if you say that, then the immediate reaction is, but we're not PSG and Arsenal, which is true. But it is an example that people can lose in pre-season. Show says Milan only scored 3 goals so far in all their previous matches. They've scored 4 today. And do you know what and this is going to proper sound like cope, but the worst thing is they haven't even actually played that well. If you look at their goals, some of their goals, they're getting shocking. Like, what have we got? Our own players running into each other, giving the balls away. I wouldn't even, again, that's why I kind of touched on it at half time. I wouldn't even sort of, go ball over the top, too much on it. I wouldn't even say like Milan have been amazing, but some of the goals we conceded have just been awful, absolutely awful. And as I said, as the game's gone on, we just progressively have just got worse and worse and worse. to the point now where, like I said, we just sort of collapsed. Milan gave the ball away because they haven't played amazing. We've been even worse than a really poor opponent, really, which says a lot about us. So someone said in the chat, oh yeah, that was it. All those Amorim outers real quiet right now. This is the thing though. Like it's not, no, they're not. At least I would hope not. I mean, if you were like a big advocate for Ruben Amorim shouldn't have been the Man United manager, and today was like the turning point of I was wrong about Ruben, then I would be ball in behind. Then I would kind of question that, because it should never be based off one game anyway, let alone, you know, I'm not sure anyone would go, tell you what, I was wrong about Ruben at United. He should have got 6 months. He should have got 6 more months. He should have got 12 more months. Definitely not. But hey, maybe this will be a turning point for him at Milan. Maybe it will be. Maybe this will be, yeah, we struggled in pre-season, then we beat United, and then they go on a big run. You never know. Football's a funny game. Here's Shaw to Licha Martinez. No one's going. Looks like Man United. It's going to play on, I think. It's been a terrible game of football. And the worst thing as well with Man United losing a match as well, do you know what it is? You know, like when you, like, it's the double whammy, isn't it, as well? It's, oh, here you go. Ball in behind, cuts it back. That'll be a corner. If Man United lose a game, there's one of going, oh, fuck, we lost. It's going to be shit. It's going to be awful. But it's also then knowing, like, the reaction that's going to come from it as well, which is shit. It's like the double wave. It's the double wave going, oh, it's this. We're going to lose to this shit, and it's also going to be a really shit week now until we play our next game. Oh. There we go. Bruno Fernandes. Corner goes short. Ball in. Oh. No foul, no foul. It's not a foul. Tielemans, ball in. Not sure who to. Bruno, ball in. Keeper came and claimed it. Wasn't a bad cross. So I don't know how much stoppage time will be added on. We did have hydration breaks, so there'll probably be a little bit added on. What Michael Carrick will certainly have interesting dilemmas about will be is that some of those senior players that we were saying didn't have much of a preseason, they've hardly covered themselves in glory today, have they? Not that anyone has, frankly. Man United win the ball back. One more. Can you give one more? So it'll be interesting to see who Carrick does start with against Hull, because some of the players have come back in today have looked very rusty, very rusty. It's a good switch. Lacey tries to go between two players, dispossessed. How much time did the ref say was added on? And you know what it is as well? It's like, literally, as a Man United fan over the last few years, you know, whether it was 15th, whether it was losing a European final to Spurs, now we lose to our worst manager ever. We do, I tell you what, we do get some proper humiliations, don't we? We really do. We really do. It's not an easy life. It's not an easy life, honestly. And hopefully we just get out of the way now. Season ahead. Super chat here from Base the Kid says, So much for Petty in Poland. Flex needed this. I know. Flex is banned from going to games now. He's got, like I said, he's got some kind of order. Numerous with the super chat says, personally, I blame Flex. I hope that the energy is given to Flex. Flex's fault. He can't be allowed. He can't be allowed to leave. I mean, nearly could have been 5. Look at it now. I mean, again, could have been 5, yeah. Could have been 5. And I mean, real conversations about that defense. Crosses from wide areas, massive problem for Man United in this game. As has just been everything. Here's Cobby. Ball over the top to Luke Shaw. Tielemans. He struggled a bit, hasn't he, since he's in this game. First start, struggled at different points. Because it feels like now, you know, like first sort of 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you go, wow, Man United still trying to play. It doesn't even feel like we're kind of playing all that much at the moment. I said second, it's just progressively got worse. Progressively got worse in this second half. It really has. They could get another one here in behind. The cross into what fucking look Shaw just ran off. He just ran behind. Ball went up in the air and he just was running another direction. Another cross back post, player's not there. Get out to him. They're just watching. You're just watching. I tell you what, that's full time. Some of the defending has been absolutely comical. Oh, absolutely awful. Honestly, some of that defending in that second half from those defenders, properly, like, I don't even say bad defending. I mean, like, look, they're just not even paying attention. They're not even paying attention. At one point, Bruno was looking at the ref. They're just ambling around in the box, not paying attention to what's going on. What the actual fuck were they doing? And that sums up the defending for pretty much all 4 goals, like a cross in the box. And they're just sort of like, well, it's preseason, so it doesn't matter. I won't have to properly put my body on the line. Like, what? Still got to play. You have to play. Like, what are you doing? You have to play football during the game. Not because it's preseason, like you're in a training session and just go, if it goes in, go again. It's only for fitness. You still have to want to, play. Like, oh, my God. So defensively, shocking. Like, the match is over, 4-2. Just a real poor, awful display by Manchester United. Thank goodness it is just that pre-season, that it doesn't count towards anything. I think what it's going to lead to now is probably a very negative week. Let's face it. It's weird because 90 minutes shouldn't undo a lot of positivity from pre-season. And I wouldn't say it does, but it does certainly leave a shadow. No doubt about that. You can't have your worst ever manager who hasn't won a game since he left you. He's played quite a few preseason games, beat you 4-2. You're going to have to hold that. And as much as we're going to now do the cope that it doesn't matter because it's preseason, I'm not going to lie. Like, that's not how you want to go into preseason from your last game. Now, I still don't think it's the end of the world or anything like that. It's not, the disaster. We're not going to get relegated or anything stupid like that. And we have played some good stuff in preseason. But what must be said is I'm looking at a few things today. I'm looking at one, just overall mentality. Before we even get into the crux of, the nuts and bolts of defending, pressing, intensity, just the mentality, I think, of some of the players today. I know it is pre-season, but the sort of lackadaisical nature and the sort of half-hearted, half-assed passing, half-assed sort of press at different points was really, really poor. And the sort of half-assed defending at points as well. Not tracking your man, not checking over your shoulder. Just the real base. I'm seeing the goals back that in the game here, running into each other. Mazraoui giving it away straight away from a throw-in. Then no one tracking Milan players off the ball. I mean, it's just, again, really, 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 really poor mentality, I think, from the players. And then also the second part that really does worry me, as I touched on during the match, is the manner of which we kind of collapsed. You know, we haven't seen that in as much in the last 12 months or so. But after a poor first half performance, we come out in the second half, maybe a bit of fortune. We get our goal. There's an error. We capitalize on it, go 2-1. And then afterwards, just collapse. Just collapse. Goal, goal, goal. Really poor. So now will come the debate, right? The pressure will increase because it will be, see, this is why we need players. We needed players before, after this, during this result. I don't think, honestly, the result has nothing to do with whether we do or don't need players. If we'd have won this game 5-0 today, we still need a midfielder and fullbacks. You could, does it make it more apparent? Maybe, but it's not really changed it. I wouldn't, the shopping list, I don't think should change based off this one. We needed players regardless. So I don't think that's too much of a bearing. But I think what it will do is it will, I think it does expose maybe what I've been talking about a lot is there's been so much focus on midfield, and granted, we do need another midfield, but that defense, the options that we've got available to us for our defense is not spoken about enough, because the statistics are there from last season with the goals that we conceded versus everyone else in the league. We've got our 3 senior defenders in Martinez, who was so rusty today. Really, really, really rusty. De Ligt is on his way back, but we don't know when. And what version of him is going to be coming back, we don't know. Maguire, he scores his goal today, but he's on the wrong side of 30 now. And he should be a backup centre-back, not a starting centre-back for me anyway. If it was up to me, I'd have let him go to bring another centre-back in. But all right. And then our full-backs, we know Luke Shaw was really poor today. And it must be stressed. 38 games, him starting in the Premier League is an anomaly. That's not a turning of the chapter. It's an anomaly. He won't do that again this season. And then, of course, right backs. We've got Dallo, who can barely pass at the end at his best. And Mazraoui's, utility. He's meant to fill in across the back 4. So I look at that back 4 and I see real problems, real problems. And of course, we need another midfielder too. So I still do think we do the business between now and the end of the window. But I think what today has displayed once again is just, again, I think mentality. I think a real mentality problem, just the lack of intensity and lack of drive and determination that was there in the last few games. We were praising their intensity against PSG and Atletico. Today, it was just, we just stopped playing. We just didn't play. Well, we just, like I said, we maybe played from the first minute and then gradually, just as the game went on, just played less and less and less and less, to the point that we just towards the end, we were just kicking long and not really even doing that much. I don't even know if we were trying to really create all that much. So yeah, really, really poor performance, really poor way and disappointing way to end pre-season. It's, as I said earlier on, it's twofold now, because it's the disappointment of the loss, and then it's knowing that now this week's going to be a very intense week filled with pressure, rightfully so after that performance, and obviously with a transfer window, and we're going to have to hold it. And I tell you what, we got to fucking win next week. That's because next week it really matters, right? We can get taken the mick out of and be embarrassed this week, and we'll have to hold it, but we'll know in the back of our mind, it's only pre-season, doesn't matter. Next week it matters. Next week it matters. Next week, no collapsing. Next week, no laughing when you miss a penalty. No, none of that. Because next week it actually really does count. So yeah, very interesting week ahead for Manchester United, no doubt about that. But at the same time, I think you have to be somewhat measured, don't you? Is it completely Armageddon? Probably not. 90 minutes ago, we were saying how well we've done in pre-season. It's amazing the difference that 90 can make. But if you put in that kind of performance, you've got to expect the scrutiny that comes with it, obviously. Right, let's see if I can get these super chats back up. For some reason, they haven't come through, which is annoying. Let me read them out here. If you haven't already, by the way, click the like button, folks. We got over 1,700 people watching. We did hit over 1,000 likes, so big up to everyone that did click the like button. Yeah, those super chats haven't come through, so I'll read them out here. Amanor says, Owen, is this Carrick ball? I blame Fleck for this. Oh no, it's definitely not Carrick ball, is it? Because I wouldn't think that's. I would hope that's not the way that he wants his Manchester United team to play. So definitely not. But if you want to blame Fleck, by all means. Don F says we have to suffer. I guess you were right about Scammerim. Well, maybe Ruben was right the whole time. When he said we have to suffer, he meant we as in Manchester United. He didn't mean AC Milan. He was right the whole time, wasn't he? Manchester United must suffer. It's written. It's written in stone. It's part of. It's I don't know. It's written. These are the sun rises, the sun sets. Manchester United must suffer. These are the facts of life that cannot be changed or altered. Apparently, who knows? Amador also says Leach Shaw and defense is worrying. Get Hall. I tell you what, yeah. For that, what was it? For that last goal? I think for the last goal, Leach sprinting after Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He looked like he was running through treacle, didn't he? Now, is that because just look, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, big guy, athletic guy. Once he gets going, you ain't gonna catch him. Is that Leach a bit rusty in pre-season, or is it just he's not that? He was never the quickest player anyway, let alone after a bunch of knee surgeries and ankle and foot surgeries. That's it's a big season for him as well, Leacher. I've said before that if we got an offer, I would let him go. Not because he's not a good player, just because, again, relying on him. So he's going to have to get up to speed quickly. Luke Shaw was really poor today as well. Really, really poor. I think, 3 of the 4 goals come down the left-hand side, maybe? Or a couple of them come down the left-hand side. So, and also as well, for all of we got Maguire in central defence. They were whipping balls in the box and we were barely winning headers. It felt like as well. It felt like they were constantly dangerous, ball to the back post. I don't know where our fullbacks were. So, yeah. And then, obviously, as well, Bruno Fernandes starts date. He was shocking. I mean, let's not dress it up as well. Bruno, absolutely shocking today. He missed that penalty, which is almost worse than his one against Leeds, actually, I think. He did the proper technique where you run up and smash it, but it was a terrible pen. And he's another one. And it's almost like, I know we've got this mix now, haven't we? We've got some players in there, like Andrey Santos or whoever, who actually, or Heaven, he didn't have the best game today, but some players in there actually do look quite sharp. And then you've got these other players coming in, and it's really apparent that they're behind in pre-season, isn't it? Like, Leach looks rusty. Bruno looks rusty. I mean, Rashford didn't really do much when he came on. Tried running behind a couple of times, but didn't really offer that much. Cobby, the only thing Cobby did was take a knock on the head, I think, wasn't it, really? So that's why I say it was going to be really interesting to see what team that Carrick goes with next week. Does he go with the tried and tested players, that are the more senior pros, or does he go, look, you guys are just way too off it. I got to go with the players that are sharp right now. So that's going to be something to look at too. Don F says, I'm leaving here with something. Rashy looks sharp. You are leaving here with something, aren't you? You're trying anything. Good grief. Wow, bless you. Aaron says, Avram forever, a Grimsby legend. Thank you again. We've got a Grimsby fan in here. Bloody hell. That's where you know it is getting bad. We'll see you in the Carabao. Oh, no, we won't. You're not in the Carabao Cup anymore. That's terrible, isn't it? Look at me trying to fight with a Grimsby fan. Has it got that bad? Oh, God. Isn't that? But that's another reason that Reuben, again, of all the reasons that Reuben's got the terrible reputation at Manchester United, another one is he's linked Manchester United and Grimsby together forever, hasn't he? We will always be linked because of that man. Always be linked. Super Arch says, Bruno has been off since the last Portugal game. I've seen a lot of this discussion about, because he didn't have a good World Cup, did he, Bruno? He really didn't. And I know there was a lot of stuff on like Portuguese social media with the Ronaldo stuff. He don't pass to Cristiano and whatnot, but he didn't have a good World Cup. And sometimes he does start the season relatively slow. He did last season. We kind of forget he registered his first assist of the season when we beat Liverpool. That was in October. Now, is that because maybe someone didn't finish some of his chances earlier on, or just because he can be a slow starter? He can be a slow starter. He can. But it's no excuse, is it? I mean, you can't just drop stinkers and go, I'll get better eventually. If you're not playing well enough, then you shouldn't be playing. So Yes, an important week ahead, a big week ahead. Oh, God, I can't believe we fucking lost this game. Oh, it's going to be so shit. Anyway, guys, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Oh, my God. 4-2. And it wasn't like just, it wasn't as if it was like, 3-2, like 4. And it could have been 5 as well. I'd be whinging too, Asher. Honestly, I'd be whinging too. Anyway, guys, stay locked in. Stay tuned for Flex's post-match. As he said, it might come up a little bit later because they're going to the mix zone afterwards. So I'd say we might hear something from the players. Considering we lost, we might not actually, really. They might. I wouldn't blame them if they walk straight down the tunnel. Although maybe they kind of should maybe stop and talk to some people after what they just fucking put in. Good grief. But yeah, so stay locked in, stay tuned. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, click the notification bell. You'll be notified when Flex's videos go up. And of course, if there's anything else happening, any news, transfer news, or whatever, we'll discuss it here on the channel. I'll be here. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Saturday, and I'll speak to you again very soon. I can't believe we lost that game. Oh, God. Well, we're off to suffer. Peace.